Due to the ignorance of our host, parental discretion is advised.
Dude, 4th of July weekend.
Yes.
Right?
America.
Brian, put the fucking lyrics of the national anthem in this motherfucker, dude. I'm gonna.
God, I was worried about.
You gonna sing? We saw what happened when you tried to sing it with Dre.
Whatever, B.
You could just replay that one.
Jesus Christ, dude.
We could all replay Dre's and Steph do the.
That's funny. I have a lot of respect for Dre for doing that because I thought he was gonna stop maybe like a couple words in, and no, he just went for the whole fucking thing.
That's what I thought he was gonna do. He's like, "You want to give you the Whitney version?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, the what?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, let me get comfortable here." And I thought he was gonna do 2 lines, and then he just went for the whole thing. He's like, "Are you ready for this?" And then he just like, "For the rest of me." I was like, "Oh damn, he went there."
The best version, the Whitney version.
Oh yeah,
Like
there's no doubt.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody sing it better than that.
No doubt. But then Dre kind of fucked that up.
I like how I had the guys from the Late Talk.
Yeah.
And Ruby, apparently he sings. I never heard him sing.
Yeah.
I heard him on the song.
Yeah.
Right here, so he sings. And he's like, "Hey, now that you sing, have you heard Dre doing the national anthem?" He goes, "What? And so we played it, and you can see, dude. I actually made a video of it, a clip, and he's all like this, and then in like 5 seconds of the song, he's all. He's all disappointed, bullshit, right? Yeah. And we're laughing, and he's like taking it all serious and shit. And at the end, he's like, "I thought it was gonna be good." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's fucking awesome." I went as far as going to. There's a friend of the show that started his own show for veterans, the IGY 622 podcast, Brian Hellbach. And I called him and I said, "So here's the thing, because we did it, because we stood up." And we were laughing, but I was like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea that we're laughing at the anthem.
Yeah. Laughing at Dre.
Yeah. So I called him and I said, "Sarge, I'm like, here's the thing," because obviously he hadn't come out at that point. So I'm like, we did this thing. I'm like, can I, are you gonna take
make
a clip out of it,
yeah.
or can I post it? And he was like. We talked for a minute and he goes, "Fuck it, dude. I want to see it. Fuck it. Just put it on." I'm like, it's not made with any malice, It's not made to make fun of the anthem. It's made to make fun of. I'm like, that's exactly what it is. That's why I don't want to, because, we were sitting here and we were like, should we take our hats off? And we took our hats off. And then Brian's like, should we stand up? I was like, and I laughed because I was like, no, we're not going to stand up. And then Fonzie stood up. I'm like, God damn it. So we all stand up. And then I just went for it was fucking funny. But Ruby's face is all.
Just so disappointed.
I was like, fuck, hey, let me know when you talk about singing. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Hey, the Will Wonder podcast, dude.
Yes.
I tell you what. Why the fuck would you call it the Will Wonder podcast, which is awesome fucking name.
Thank you.
But your fucking name is Chip Whitley.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's get into this, okay? I responded to you about that, how you said that my sex appeal just went out the door when I said my real name is Doug.
Yeah.
Okay, so my middle name is William.
Okay.
That's where the Will comes from.
Okay.
When I was like 17 years old or 16 years old, I started DJing.
Okay.
And I was like, God damn it, I need a name. I can't be DJ Doug, right? And then people were like, "Oh, Dougie Fresh." I'm like, Dougie, I don't beatbox, right?
Yeah.
I can't be Dougie Fresh. So it took a while, but my friend Weicho was like, "Hey, Will Wonder, you do wonderful things with your hands. Let's just do that." And I'm like, "That's a great name."
Shout out to...
It's the best idea Weicho's ever had. Besides marrying his wife.
What's his name? Luis?
Luis, yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, it's so funny because the reason how I found out, and it happened like the day before I heard your guys' podcast with episode. I'm becoming one of those people that say, I heard that one podcast is not. It's that one episode.
Okay. I know.
I hate when people say that. Now I've been saying it lately, but I heard that episode with you, Dre, and Justin.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, my name is not Will. And I was like, wait, what? I'm almost backing it up 15 seconds. The fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
His name is not. And then, but before you say that, my Instagram said, oh, you might know this person, and it's your picture, and it says Doug. I'm like, well, that knows like that guy I know, but it's like, that's not
That's
him.
not him. Who the hell? Someone trying to catfish out here.
That's probably a fan page.
You got catfish by Doug.
That's what throws me off too with him sometimes is because I know him as Doug because I met him not DJing. I met him
Just through some mutual
through
friends.
mutual friends, and then we worked together. So I know him. People say, "Hey, Doug." Then I hear him when people are like, "Hey, Wonder, Will Wonder, the DJ." Then I've heard people call him by his last name too. "Hey, brother," and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Too many names.
It's confusing sometimes.
It's always like when I'm out and about and people be like, Wonder. My wife's like, it just throws her off, because she's like, well, you got all these fucking names. Like, hey.
You're like, it's what you should walk on with gloves. You're like, it's what I do with my hands, baby.
That's what I do with my hands.
That's why I keep these beautiful gloves on there. I can't hurt this shit.
Why you love me? Why you love me? And what I do with my hand.
How long you been married?
Going on 5 years now.
Oh, damn.
In
You guys still in
September.
love.
Yeah.
You married?
Nope, single.
No kids?
No kids,
Oh,
single.
dude. Let's get rid of these guys. Hey,
Go to the strip club.
Sebastian, right?
Sebastian. People call me Seabass.
Sebas.
Sebi.
Sebas. Yeah.
That's the big one.
What exactly? Now you gotta break this down for us, dude.
Let's see.
Ever since I hear your name, is like the correspondent.
Bro, I don't even know that. Like, first of all, who came up with the name correspondent? You did, or did Dre?
I think Dre said
said
it.
the correspondent, and kind of just stuck.
Who's this Dre guy?
It's some jackass.
I was like, wait, what? I was like, wait, does he have another name? I was like, shit. So basically, he starts his podcast. I get on it a couple times, talk about different things, having a good time on it, and I don't know. I guess I started showing up so much. It's like, this is your correspondent, guy. I was like, and it kind of just stuck. Now I'm just like, because people were like, yo, you're the correspondent for that show. I'm like,
I feel like I need to send him out on the street.
I know.
Interview
I
people.
need to go out there and talk to people.
Go out to the correspondent.
Give the weather, traffic reports.
You need to be little. You need to be little Buddha.
Yeah, you mean out there? I'm out here in Salt Lake City downtown.
Holy fuck!
That is funny, but yeah, that's all I hear now is the correspondent. I'm like, that's cool.
And I mean, he's been on 4 pods, I think, 4
With you,
episodes.
Hey, 4 Fs.
There you go. 4 eps.
4 Fs.
4 eps. And I have other people that come back quite a bit.
Yeah.
To talk about different things.
But that's
You
funny.
just had Gabino there.
I stuck like the correspondent.
Yeah.
Because I was on another podcast
you-
before, Gray People.
Yeah.
My friend Randy, Rain, and Sean do that podcast, and I was on there. And now they're like, "Oh, you were on a podcast, and now you're a correspondent for another podcast." I was like, I guess I'm a correspondent. That's what I do now.
dude.
I told him to start his own.
Well,
but he's-
dude. What the hell?
I'm thinking about it, but
Are you really?
I
He
am
bought
thinking
all the
about
shit
it.
for it.
Yeah, I have all the
Damn.
shit for it, whatever that is. I have the correspondent attitude. I should call it that, the
Can you
correspondent.
imagine he starts the camera and turns the microphone, so he's just waiting for someone to tell him what to do. So. It's like, I'm like someone in the back is like, you're the correspondent on this one.
No, you're the host. This is your
host.
show.
This is it. Where's
He's
my
like,
correspondent?
"Shit, what am I talking about?
I need a correspondent.
Dude, I tell you what, dude, you kind of make you make sports easy, at least for me to get into.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, we had one of my good friends. His name is George Lee. Shout out to George. He was my guy to go to when it comes to. I mean, it still is when it comes to sports, and I was like, I had him here one time, and I said, dude, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it from your house? Like, the cool thing about doing that is that. Unless you want to, obviously, because I know you've had, Gavino, but it's like you don't have to have anybody.
Yeah.
You just do, you just give us the news about sports, and then, whoever wants to listen to it, like, I mean, I'll be a fan.
Right.
And he's like, eh. And he was one of the people that I had envisioned to do this with. And then he was like, yeah, we should. And then it was one of those, we should. And then nothing. So fuck that guy anyway. I'm just kidding. But
If you're watching this.
shout out to Joe. He's like, oh, fuck that guy. No, he listens. At least he used to.
Yeah.
But
He's like, not anymore.
He's like, not anymore.
This guy's listened to the podcast. You like the episode.
Hey, I did a podcast with a sports podcast. But yeah, dude, like you make it easy. You make it. Is that soothing voice, dude?
Thank you. Yeah. When you said that
it
really
really
made me
is.
laugh.
It's not dog voice. Dog voice.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I hate my voice, to be honest with you. But when you said that, it just, gave me all the confidence in the world. So thank you.
True.
So question for the podcasters that we always ask: do you listen to your own thing?
I do. Not every episode, but
That's good to know.
like when I first started, I did.
Yeah.
And now I do, but I pick myself apart too much, so I try not to.
Really?
Yeah, because I say
As in what,
I
though?
say way too fucking much.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you're by yourself too.
Yeah.
Like when we're having a conversation, it's easy, but when I'm going from one thought to another.
Did you hear that?
I've heard a little something.
Ketchup? No.
Little beer burp.
A little bit. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I break myself down a little too much, but I will go back and listen to some of them, especially the interviews. Like I enjoy listening to that because when I'm in it, and sometimes I'll even miss stuff that we talked about. So
What about you?
Listen to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll listen to it. Not every single
Yeah, but
episode.
you're not in it, right?
But
you're
I'm not in
any
every
episode?
single episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he
I'll
often
listen
tells
to
me he listens to me to go to bed.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I'll be honest.
Oh,
I played his
dude. Could you
episode and I'm
imagine?
like, it's soothing. I'm like,
Dude, you gotta start reading books.
bro, that's
Like
what I was
audiobooks.
thinking. Like, you got to read audiobooks, or I forgot what website I saw the other day that pay people to do that right now. It's like kind of like
you need to
a
go work for Audible, man.
You need
Audible
to,
or something.
narrate Debbie Does Dallas for us. So we can like,
yeah.
go to sleep with a kickstand. Dude.
Yeah. I'm like,
Usually you wake up with it, but go to sleep with it. That's a whole other story.
Dude, speaking of kickstand, I went and got my heart check today. I go once a year.
okay.
I go and get
Yeah.
because
I've been there.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
'Cause you know exactly. My problem is like I have high blood pressure because I have a huge dong.
Oh,
and
right.
every time I get a boner, like all the blood just like.
One of those.
So I have
I
to get it
hate
checked
that.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
But no, I went to the doctor, and the doctor, first of all, I'm usually in and out in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And I asked permission at work in the morning to be like, hey, just give me an
Gotta
hour,
get the
give me a
dong
couple of
checked.
hours,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm fine, no worries. So I go, and you've seen my truck. I'm not gonna park that at a hospital. So the wife drove me. And she goes, all right, we should be done. Because it usually takes no time. So we
Right.
should be done before I go to work. So let's just take you. We get there. It took 20 minutes for them to even call my name.
Oh.
And so now I'm sitting there. And the first lady come in. Now, I've been checking my heart rate every now and then. And it's gone down a lot. It's gone, it's been, we've been doing great. And also I've been on a diet and all that stuff. So it helps. And I checked my blood pressure 2 days ago. It was perfect.
Good.
I went today. All of a sudden, my blood pressure goes,
Fuck you.
let's just be high today.
Wow.
I was like, fuck, dude. So I sit there, and then the lady checks my shit, and she goes, oh, whoa, your second number, I don't know what it's called. Your second number is a little high. And I said, okay. And then she goes in the computer, types her shit, walks out. She goes, the doctor will be in a minute. And I said, okay. And then this other nurse comes in, and she goes, hi, are you Angel? I said, yeah. And I said, follow us to your side of the Beehive, all that shit. And she comes in and she goes, let me check your pressure because that second number was too high. And now the thing is, they don't know what they do to your head.
Yeah. Oh no.
Now you're just like, yo, I need to know if I need to write a will right now, or am I gonna be just fine?
I need to call in the work.
Am I going to work or not?
Exactly. That's what
Because I got a big truck and I can't drive it here. He's telling the whole thing.
Listen, if I have to stay here, my wife has to go back to work.
Yeah, like she has to go back to work, and it's an episode, not a podcast. She's telling them the whole
Like,
thing.
listen, I record on Friday, so anyway we can get out of here.
Yeah.
And so she goes, I need to check that number. So she checked the number and she goes, yeah, you're a little high. Walks out again. Then the doctor comes in. The doctor's like, oh, and I told him, I said, well, this is what I've been doing. I checked it 2 days ago. It was fine. He goes, okay, good. He says, well, I'm going to have you do some blood work. I'm like, okay.
Jesus.
Like, fuck.
What the fuck?
So here's what the funny thing starts. So then we get out. We're already late. Took a lot longer than we thought. Then we get out and we have to wait for the lab to be open for me to go in. So now my wife is like,
My lunch break is over. I got to get back to work.
My blood pressure's going up now.
my wife is like, I got to go to work. And this is like at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
So I'm like, I know. And then my wife loves to do this shit that drives me absolutely insane. Whenever there's a moment like this, you're like in like a little bit of anxiety. She stands up, and she stands up like right next to me, and I just go. I'm like, can you just fucking sit down? And she's like, no. I'm getting frustrated here. I'm getting nervous. I'm like, you're not fucking helping. I can see my heart's like
You're like, I'm sitting here with a heart on and my blood pressure's out of the.
My heart is like, this is not helping.
Yeah.
And so finally the lab comes in, and there's this lady they called my name out. I go and I sit down right next to her, right? So first of all, let me give you the whole spiel. Heavy set girl, right? So she sits me down in this fucking high chair that looks like I'm going to fucking spaghetti factory, and I sit there, and she goes, all right, well, let's lock you in. And then she brings this other, just like this, but it's in the middle, it's like in front of me, and she closes it, and then she's sitting on a chair with wheels, right, like an office chair.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden she goes, all right, well, let's check you in. She sits right next, like she sits in front of me. Open your legs.
Jesus Christ.
She was like this.
I didn't see this happening.
Our legs
That's
gonna be the
were
video.
interlocked, and I'm just like,
That's better be in the clip soon.
whoa, dude. And my heart is like, pump to the boner, like everybody go down. No, but I was like, she's like doing all these things. I kid you not, dude. Like her legs are right here. I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's like, what arm? I said, it doesn't really matter.
The baby arm, whatever you like.
I got more blood down there.
We want to get a good reading.
I said, whatever blood.
We want to get a good reading.
Look, if I poke my nose, blood's gonna come out. You want that one? So she does the whole rubber band thing, right? And then she starts pushing here, and so she goes, do a couple pumps for me. I said, okay, and I start doing this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I start doing this. Her fucking tit is in my hand.
Oh no way! What is
So
happening?
now, but she's got me.
What kind of clinic is this? She had you straddled you.
She straddled me. Yeah, I'm being forced to have sex with this woman. Just kidding. But listen. No, but listen.
Oh my god!
Shout out to the Children's Hospital. No, I'm just kidding.
Jamie, you were great. Thank you.
He's like, point is, we're having dinner after the show.
My wife left, and now I have another wife. I don't know.
Wow.
Shout out to my OBYGN or whatever the fuck it's called. No, but so she's like, do a couple pumps, and now because she has my so like half of my hand, she has it like right here.
Oh,
so it's not like, and she's
Gotcha.
grabbing it, so it's not like I can pull out and do this. So I'm kind of like trying to do like a
Lower
like a lower or like a little pump, like I'm trying to get. And she goes, well, I can't find it. Then she does this one. There it is, right there. And she does this one, and same thing. But instead of having me like this, she has me like this, like in front of us.
Uncomfortable.
And again, you do a little pump, and I'm like, your tits in my way. I'm like, but I'll try. By the way, I said this story to my wife, and she was fucking in tears laughing. And so I'm doing this thing, and she finally finds it, and he goes, okay, there it is. Pokes the fucking thing, hooks up the little thing with the blood's coming out, going in.
Yeah.
And and as she pushes it in, I'm looking. There's no blood coming out.
Oh,
and so the chick is all, are you kidding me? And then she starts doing this, and I'm just like, yo, we're like dogs right now. We're stuck. You got my hand in your boob, and now this
Nothing's coming out.
This is what's gonna spit it up, and it's not working.
Oh my
So
god!
finally, they got my shit, and I'm like, we gotta get out of here.
And then you don't get the labs for a couple
And now I
days.
don't get,
I always have a hard time to get my blood drawn. It always takes a couple times myself. I don't have the best veins. I have to jump from one to the other.
I can't do
all
that
the time
shit.
it happens.
I cannot. Like I can't look when they're doing it. When my wife was pregnant, they had to take her blood a couple times, and they have a hard time getting her veins as well.
Oh really?
And so I'm sitting there at the lab, and I'm getting sweaty and shit, right? And it's nothing's going on with me. I'm just waiting for her to get her blood drawn. And this dude comes in from another lab, and they're like, he's like, the other lab couldn't get my blood, and they said they might have to go through through the neck. And I'm like, listen, if they go through this motherfucker's neck, I'm passing out. You're gonna need to take me to the 5th floor because I'm gonna be sick.
Dude,
oh, God,
that's so crazy. I bet. So, are you okay with seeing all that? But like baby being born and all that?
No, nope,
Really?
I'm
I
not.
am.
My
Fuck it.
you been there in person?
Nah, but
Yeah,
fuck
okay.
it.
Okay, say that shit when you're there.
I've seen guts out, so I'm like, I don't think it'd be that much crazy.
Dude, when I got my
know.
vasectomy though, my wife was like
Oh,
recording my shit.
yeah. I like blood. I can't do it, man. I don't know. Like I've always been in the horror films. I can take the fake shit, but when I see real, like when it's real, like I almost fainted when my wife, she had such a hard labor, and there was a point where the nurse was like, I think you should sit down talking to me.
Yeah.
And my wife looks over at me like, you little pussy. I'm like, I gotta sit down. This is bullshit.
Your wife said, "Oh, you're sitting down. My bad."
No, she tells that. She says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not feel well?
You hurting, pussy?
I'm trying to push out a 10-pound big-headed baby. Okay, you sit down." I'm like, "Thank you, God."
Dude, that doesn't affect me at all. It's like that one person that like I work with a couple friends that you can't even say anything like what they're eating. They're like, I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
When we were working out of town, he was eating like this, and it's funny, we just talked about this like yesterday. He was eating like a cheesecake that had like a strawberry sauce on it on top of it, and I don't know what the fuck we started talking about. It was two guys and me, and I don't know what the fuck we started talking about, but me being the person I am, we're talking about period.
Sure. Yeah.
And I just say, oh yeah, it looked like that fucking cheesecake you eating, dude. When I tell you, he almost puked. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm like, dude, it's
Really?
just something I said.
Yeah.
Why do you have to, like, how stupid are you?
Yeah. Especially if it's delicious.
And he couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
He pushed it away. I'm like, my mom's husband does that shit. I usually on purpose, like we're eating, I fart. He's from Peru. He's all.
He's from Peru.
I'm like, shut up, dude.
Okay.
Fuck, yeah. You've had us for 20 fucking years. Like, you should be used to by now.
You should be used to my stinky ass.
Yo, how long have you been doing the podcast?
I started on my birthday, December 30th, 2020. So not long. I'm 28 episodes in. I've been doing it every week.
That's dope. Time flies though.
It does. It
28.
goes by real quick. You guys are this would be
27.
127.
Yeah.
And you've done it 127.
Yeah,
You've
I'm
done
saying
it every week.
100 over you.
Yeah, we haven't missed one
That's
week.
dope, man.
That's just fucking insane.
That's
Well, minus
consistency.
Justin, who didn't want to show up. I heard he said that he wasn't like into like Colombian. He has a problem with Colombians, so that's why. And I get it. It's
He was
fine.
like, if it's just him, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's the other guy,
if it's the Colombian
By the way, you
correspondent,
and Justin, probably the only white guys in the whole pod community, huh?
that's what. Yeah. Yeah. When you start to look around, yeah,
You guys should be bilingual.
that's
by now.
fine though. Yeah. 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 No, that's all good.
So it's funny because you were asking me, is he gonna be okay that I'm sitting in his chair?
Yeah. So when I met Justin, and I blame Dre for this, because if I was, let's say for example, I'm getting together with some people, and I have a friend coming who I know doesn't like handshakes, doesn't like germs, I would let the other people know.
Yeah.
Dre left me out there to fucking dry, and Dre's running late. So we get to Dre's studio, and I'm like, oh, that's, because I watch your guys' pod, and I'm like, oh, there's Justin. Hey, man, how's it going? And I, not like he was like, didn't want to shake my hand, but it was like,
There's a hesitation.
he was like, and I was like, oh, that was kind of weird.
It sounds just like
I
Justin.
was like, oh, that's fine, whatever. And then we go inside, and he's sanitizing, and then Dre's like, he's like, oh, my bad. And I'm like, what do you mean you're bad? And he goes, oh, he's a germaphobe. I'm like, well, the fuck didn't you tell me, Dre? You set me up for failure.
Kiss him. He's all fucking.
I tried to kiss him.
I went in for the
Latin kiss. Just
that's really why he's not
French
here.
double kiss.
Yeah, that's why he's not here. Yeah,
That
that's why you
sick
gave him COVID.
motherfucker. We'll wipe down his chair, though, I guess, huh?
Dude, how is it possible that you have a sports podcast and you are not a fan of the Jazz? You need to get the fuck out of this studio right now.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
He's just about to scold me.
He's like, the Jazz broke
So
my heart.
I have
Too many
lived.
times.
I have lived here my whole life.
Yeah.
When I was
Who's your team, first off?
the Orlando Magic, and it's sad. Okay, it's sad. They're bad. They're very bad. They've been bad for years.
Very bad.
But so like I'm, let's see, 7 years old. My brother has a poster on his wall of Shaquille O'Neal. I still remember it said, "Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk," and he was, nuts in a dude's face.
yeah.
Very similar to what just happened a second ago with you and me. But so I was like, oh, maybe that'll be my team. And I just, ever since then, like this is like 93-ish, I've just been a Magic fan. And I'm not the type of person who will, I'm not going to be a fan anymore because they suck.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then I've, living here my whole life, Jazz fans have just shit on me constantly.
Yeah, but it is the Orlando Magic, so you could change teams if you needed to.
I could,
Yeah,
but I
I've always
just,
thought about that. You could if you really wanted to.
They've been really shitty for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they were only halfway good for like a little while, right? Like,
And you don't have any Orlando ties, just that, right?
I don't. Yeah, but it's like I keep thinking maybe one day they'll move, like they'll reload. Like
He's like, to
it'll
Salt
be
Lake.
like to Vegas, right? They go to Vegas, and then I'm open. I'm a free agent.
But it's
I can
not
sign with
Orlando
whatever
Magic.
team.
You still a traitor.
No, they're not the same fucking team
No,
anymore.
because they left town. They leave
left.
Orlando.
It'd be like going from the Seattle Supersonics
To Oklahoma
City Thunder.
It's a whole other team.
Because they would change the name.
Even if they kept the Magic, they wouldn't be the same
You're
Magic.
still not a fan of jazz. That's my problem.
I'm not a fan. You know what I mean?
just not their number one team.
Listen, I love basketball.
Me too.
I'll watch.
Who's
A
your team?
lot.
So
I don't have much of a team right now.
Don't let him lie to you. His team is the New York Knicks.
You'll go far. Yeah.
Well, obviously.
New York Knicks. Well, that's where my childhood was, but I've been here long enough to be a Utah Jazz fan.
Yeah.
I have a lot of love for the Jazz, but
You're a New York fan, right?
but I'm a New York fan.
Are we fighting after this? 'Cause
Oh, I saw the B.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
I didn't know if it
no
was-
reason.
Are we gonna fight? Because you're a Yankees fan.
I didn't know if it was for. I don't know if it was for Bad Boy, Brian, or
Yeah,
if it
you
was.
never know.
It really is for Brian.
Oh, okay.
It is for Brian. He's like, for Bad Boy
I
Brian.
just want to make sure.
He's
we
like
don't
Bad
have
Boy
a-
Brian
Yeah.
from Boston.
They took it from him.
I don't-
And they have more money. So
I just want to make sure there's not a discrepancy.
Nah, there
after
is
the
none
show.
here. But I'm more of a fan of like
He's a player
a
fan.
player fan. So I
He's,
like
he's
LeBron
a new
James.
age. He's a new age type of fan that all these kids.
New
sorry
age
to say, but
kids.
all these kids are like, hey, I'm gonna be a fan of this player and just follow this
What's so
player
bad
around.
about supporting a person?
You can be a fan of the player, but you can't be like,
who's
hey,
talking
go
about?
Lakers. Doesn't
My,
even make
my favorite
sense.
player right now is LeBron James. LeBron James.
you can get out too.
You can get out too.
Before you
you?
kick us out, I brought gifts.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the first
yeah.
episode where both the guests got
Both
kicked
get
out.
kicked out.
Yeah.
Kicked out.
Then it's just you two bullshitting.
And just-
They're like, we're glad we got out of those fuckers.
You get your labs back or no?
yeah, fuck those guys.
It's like, hey Justin, the COVID's going. Want to come back?
We sanitized. They're gone. The Colombian and the germ fuck. So
He's like that.
I brought this for Justin. This is a John Stockton card, but he's not fucking
shit.
here. So you know what I mean.
So
You
I'll
can-
sell
You
it.
keep,
I'll
you
sell
keep
it.
giving these gifts out too, man.
I know you're
I'm
a
like,
big,
yo, you good at this
big
shit.
Ninja Turtles fan.
Yo.
So that's 1989.
Yo.
That's the year I was born.
Michelangelo.
Okay, you can stay. You still can get
It
out.
cracks me. It cracks me up. The thing on the front of the card, it just says a tasty treat.
Dude.
And then B, I know. I mean, I was told specifically. I was told specifically we can't speak
I was told it's the same.
about the
we
thing,
can't-
but this is for you.
Oh,
Let me
Don't
see.
say, don't say the name. Don't say the word.
Oh,
Hold on. Just wait. It's gonna be a wrestling card.
Yeah.
What is it? Ooh.
Andre.
So, anyways,
Yo.
Oh, you're a
thank
wrestling
you
fan?
So much.
yeah, we can't talk about it though. I was told we cannot fucking talk.
You said the W word. Don't
If you
say
say the
that.
W word, this will go for 6 hours. You understand what I'm saying?
We'll talk.
we might have to talk after this. That's my
Yo,
shit.
I'm the one who told Dre. I'm like, dude, you gotta put these guys together.
I was really mad that I didn't know you guys were coming this week because I would have wore
Oh, yeah.
something. That
Nice.
said
I thought about
my
it.
Stone Cold or
Yeah.
my Roman
That's
Reigns.
that's kind of like one of the reasons why we got cool because I met you through friends. I knew you like basketball, but I don't know too many
Dude,
people
thank
that
you so
openly
much.
say
Yeah, you're
they
welcome,
like
man.
Dope
wrestling.
as fuck, man.
I'm just wondering if this is the gimmick height and weight.
That's
Really?
what I love
What's-
about.
what's
it?
7'4", 520.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Andre the Giant.
I've
And
always
from
thought
us,
that
You
too.
can take those koozies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I asked about it. The Vizzies are
Oh, man,
little
can I
bitch
get a
drinks. so
fucking-
don't fit, but-
I need to get a card one of these days.
A card?
A fucking card too.
Oh,
man.
your birthday's coming up. Chill.
There. He's like, it's a card of yourself. He's like, it's a picture of Doug.
What are you gonna do?
Wonder
What are you
here. This is DJ Doug.
Wait, hold on. Why are you gonna get one of Patrick Ewing?
I thought like an Anthony Mason. That's more your lane.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Yo, for real. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure,
fucking
man.
amazing,
Yeah.
dude.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I actually still have a card collection.
Justin's
you?
Justin's
Yeah,
gonna
like,
shit himself.
Do you do like
Make sure
just
it's
wrestling
clean.
or you do?
I'll
Yeah.
That's not my
I have
fault.
a, I
That's not
have
my
an
job,
old
dude.
school
That's not my job.
Skybox. I have a
Oh.
Shaquille O'Neal rookie card.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Skybox. The Dream Team. joint.
Yeah, nice.
Just
It's
a Barry
crazy.
Bonds rookie card.
oh.
The shit now is crazy. Like cards weren't popular for so long.
I think we just became best friends.
Yeah, well,
we're gonna do karate in the garage later. Don't
As long
worry.
as you're gonna put your
Can we
nuts on
move
my
this so
drum
there's
set.
more room for activities?
I'm gonna do the same move that Angel just.
Yeah, perfect.
And you guys gonna interlock legs?
My wife would be like, "How was it?" Well,
It's great.
I mean, it was good, but
He's like, what's that?
I got a lot of
But then Bad Boy Brunch straddled me.
I got a lot of nuts on my
Your
knee.
titty.
He's like, turn that shit into a sharpshooter.
I went to the Beehive, baby.
Walls of Jericho or something.
Old school lion tamer. One knee on the back of my neck.
Yo, why would your podcast be about? Same?
I don't know, man. That's the thing.
I told him,
I'm
so-
enjoying his too much. I'm like, it's gonna be the same.
Sebastian, as long as I've known him, has always known like the dope little food spots.
Yeah. Oh.
And so I always said, you
okay.
need to do
No,
you need to do something called. And then I thought, this is so lame. I thought about Tuesdays with Maury. I think that was the name of the book, long time ago. It doesn't matter. I thought he could be Saturdays with Saba. Go get some brunch, have a guest, and just bullshit and eat.
See,
Highlight the spot.
That's
and
not
then,
a bad idea. I guess thinking about it. The only other podcast ideas that I like random facts. I told you that one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That would be like a podcast just randomly or something about history. I like history a lot, so just different things around the world. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good too.
Well, you know, Sebastian's content don't need to be a podcast. It could be.
Yeah, it can be a video thing,
Hey,
a YouTube thing.
A 3-minute random fact, or
That's true.
or a review of some food place you went to, because
Quick.
that is
Yeah.
one thing that I wish I had, like, good food places.
Yeah.
You know, like
Then bring people like me who I know where to take you for some good
Exactly.
Mexican food.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the place? Where's the number
Where's
one
your
spot?
spot?
It's called Maria's restaurant.
Where's that?
I don't know.
He's like at
up on the
Maria's.
east side. It's
Yeah.
up on the east side.
You don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, with
I'm
directions.
stupid with
You just
Okay,
get
no,
there.
that's fine. I
He's
am
like,
too.
I just get there.
Yeah.
You know where it's at?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there one time. It's up on the east side. I only been there once.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Maria's.
One of the I gotta try it. One of the
Yo, go to my Instagram. There's a picture of a
right now my favorite.
shrimp cocktail. Oh, dude, you'll see it. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm saying one of my favorite Mexican spots I like right now is Real
He's so
Taqueria.
Betos.
yeah, Betos.
B-E-T-O-S.
Real. It's funny because you go there and
Who's
they're like,
that
"Hi,
dickhead?"
welcome to Real Taqueria, Real Taqueria." Oh.
Who's that girl?
Can I say
Who's
one
that
thing?
girl?
Can I say one thing about Dre that I love?
Yeah,
His on-
sure.
his,
Tell us who he is first. I have no idea.
Uh,
Right. Well, that's one of them.
Ooh,
Look at that.
yeah. That's,
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Yo.
Yep.
We need to know the direction. East side is pretty
Go
big.
back, B. I think,
It's on the east side. I'm like Maria.
I think there we go right there.
¿Dónde estás, Maria?
Is it better than
Dude, I haven't eaten. I've been on a diet for so long. The fucking crackers look delicious.
So did you go on a diet for your blood pressure? Is that what it was all about, or are you just trying to?
It helps it, but
bring sexy
usually it's
back?
just me trying to keep straight.
Trying to
Stay
bring that
healthy.
sexy back.
Yeah,
Trying to
yeah,
bring that sexy
Be
back.
healthy, man.
Angel sexy back.
yeah.
This is not help. I mean, I've lost 15 pounds.
Nice.
So
And how long you been at it?
2 months.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
'Cause I've been at it myself for a while, just slow and steady.
Yes, that's the thing though. With me,
Stay
it's like
healthy.
when I start, I can't. I'm not one of those savages that I'm gonna start my diet tomorrow, and tomorrow's Wednesday. I can't do that.
Right.
As stupid as it sounds, I can't. It has to be on a fucking Monday.
Yeah.
And if it's a Monday and and that Monday happens to be a first, it's like, whoa, let's not fuck this one up. You know what I mean? But it so
Sign from
happens
the
that
heavens.
like
That's
if I destroy my diet like on a Wednesday, oh, we're gonna start next Monday.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
go strong.
Yeah.
But once I go like a full week and I go straight, then it's easier. Then it's
getting
like,
that week down.
Yeah, then it's like I'm in the zone now. We're gonna fucking, and it still happens that Jesus.
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, you're the host. I don't know if you don't want.
I just offered everybody a Jaeger shot. Want one?
No, I'm gonna pass.
Sebastian, you good?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have one.
Angel, you want one?
I got to keep good for driving security purposes. Imagine.
That's also the part of the correspondent's role. He's the driver slash.
No, the thing is, like, it's unfortunate, but I'm a lightweight. People know that.
It's okay.
He's like, it's okay. He's like,
How can you be alive
sir.
when you're a thickie?
Salute.
hey, no, my whole life, man.
Really?
A couple drinks, and I'm like, three
Like
drinks.
that girl for your virgin.
Three
You're
drinks
the
in, and I'll be
bitch.
doing some moves in here. I'll be dropping some
fucking
elbows,
French
and taking bumps.
You're like, you think I'm pretty?
That's
You're not looking at me.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can recite that fucking
Yeah.
movie. It's so funny.
Oh my
Classic.
40-year-old virgin.
Speaking of facts, Gabino does that, right? On his stories, like every day.
So he so Gabino, He had a short story bingo was his
That's dope.
podcast that he had,
Okay.
which was very, very dope. But he's looking to kind of end that. But it was just him reading a short story.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And sometimes he would have guests, sometimes he wouldn't. But as far as facts, oh, you mean from his calendar? Yeah, his work calendar. Yeah, he does. And some of them are kind of fucking weird, huh?
I tell you what, dude, when I see there is that much reading, I'm like, next.
Yeah. Go to the short ones.
I can't read, dude,
Right.
obviously.
Well,
I don't
that's
even know
fine.
what this says.
Yeah.
He's like, it's everywhere.
It's the other
He's like,
side
you don't
of-
fucking know. It's on the,
I have no
it's on the
idea what it
TV.
says.
Damn
It's the other
shit.
side of the whatever, bro.
Other side of
Where do you do the pod? You do it from your house?
I do it from my house. Yeah, I've been recording a couple of episodes with Dre, like at his studio.
That's right.
Yep.
But
on
um,
location.
Yeah, he's looking to get rid of that. So
Yeah, but for $1,500 for 2 months, that's a little too much. Dre.
Yeah.
Just saying. Dude, it's so funny. I asked Dre. I don't know if I said it already. Last week we had him here because it was his birthday on Sunday, and I'm like, dude, are we gonna be in the same building one day? Or what? It's probably not. It's like, God,
I
damn
know.
It, dude.
Wouldn't it be
Lately,
nice, though?
everyone is shitting.
That'd be dope.
No, I want to.
This room right there is all.
Is
Is
there?
the side
Empty?
right open? Yeah,
All right. Well,
it's pretty nice.
could you look that up, correspondent?
Yeah,
Get on that. Send some emails. He's security. He's the driver. He's the
I'm on it.
correspondent.
So what do you think? Well, join the pod community. You're part of it now.
Man, I don't
You
know.
are part of
I don't
it.
know if I had to
mean,
get.
Do we need to?
I didn't know if I had to get jumped in.
Angel, are we jumping him in tonight?
Well,
I thought that's what this was
Yeah.
when you were here.
that's
yeah, we
my
don't jump him in.
community. That's my community. Only members 2.
Me and you, bud.
I don't. I think that, I don't even know what to say because I don't want people to call me out after that. But it's just I thought it was a great idea, but I don't think anybody's into it.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing that upset me.
But it's not because they're not into it. It's like everybody's got their own thing going.
Sure.
Like at this point, I wanted us to get together to do videos together.
Yeah.
That's why I keep pushing for dude. If we could all be in the same fucking building.
Yeah. Like go down the hall, stop in
the
here.
Things
Yeah.
that we could do. I want our fans to be the Will Wander fans, to be Dre fans, to be
Exactly.
the OGs, the Lake Talk. I want them to be like, oh, if you like this, guys, you're gonna love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like everybody's doing their own thing, and it's like nobody actually does the tag anymore. It's like just whatever.
See, I started doing it, and then no one would share my shit
And then
because I didn't know you guys shit, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not in it. Then fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I think you're officially in.
Thank you.
every now and then I get someone that
Vice president. Yeah.
every now and then I get someone that shares our episodes, and I don't know who it is, and I'm like,
Thank you.
thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks. I'm trying to remember the first one. I can't remember the first one I saw of you guys, but I remember sharing. It probably had something to do with Dre. Shared that. I had shared some Lake Talk shit, some Young OG stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like, man. Okay, so no one wants to reciprocate. Okay.
It's hard because
No, but I get it.
I
I
was
get it.
doing it for everybody, and then at one point it became kind of a
Job.
like it became my job, and I still want to do it, but I mean, I don't know. Dre would probably be like, "So you can still do it. You don't have to wait for anybody else."
Yeah.
But
What? What's wrong? What?
yeah, but it's
What's
like,
stopping you?
But it's more like I just wanted all of us to be one.
Yeah.
You know, everybody do their own thing, but let's just all be together. Let's do things together. I wanted to if we go to a park and play basketball and
Yeah.
record it and just be,
Yeah.
it's just stupid.
Well, I'd bust everybody's
I have-
ass if we did that.
I have a. Okay, hey, if
I'm
you,
just gonna
if
let
we
you know.
play soccer,
Well, then,
just
yeah,
come
no,
over-
I'll give
come the
that up
fuck
for
down
sure.
then.
Yeah.
If you play the real football, I'll
The
whoop
real
your
football.
ass.
He said, "I love your ass."
But also like if I
Whoa, shots fired.
but it's just anything, dude. We can. I have so many ideas of skits, but I don't have the people to back me up. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Dre has like 16 cameras. The OGs have like every single size and color and flavor, and
Right.
and I just figured that we could all
Yeah,
jump
that'd be
and do
dope though.
something
So you
cool.
want to do some skits?
Yeah,
You were
I
thinking
have
that'd
like
have
2 or
been-
3 skits in my head that and
Yeah.
and I just keep asking, and then I'm like, just
Yeah.
whatever.
I honestly
And
need to
another-
step my game up with the video shit.
And another thing is, and again, love you, Dre, but I said, let's all. I wanted to have like an event where all of us can sit down,
Conference
and
type joint.
fucking network.
Oh, they do that.
And every fucking time, that I say it, people's like, yeah, dude, but no one puts an effort to it.
Yeah.
I feel if I'm wrong, call me out. That's fine.
No,
but also I'm like, let's do it. And then I said maybe we can start at the bar when Dre plays. Let's
Yeah.
all get together. But I said, Dre, if you send a mass text to all of us, as shitty as it's, I mean, not shitty, but like as dumb as he would think that it sounds, if it comes from him,
It's different.
It'll be a lot than if it comes from me. So usually I'm the one from the other side of the Beehive. I'm like, hey, yo, Dre's playing and let's all get together. And and I said, Dre, why don't you do it? And he goes, I'll put a flyer.
That's a DJ promoter.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if you put a flyer, some people by the time people see it's like, oh, he's already playing, or I mean, you know what I mean?
More direct on the
But
text.
if you let us know, and I tried a couple of times, like, you know, when I did it and I started inviting people, you know, Zoe was there from the Young OGs. We had a couple guys from
Who was there? Mondo? The other guy?
one of the girls from
The other guy from the Young OG? The other guy?
Yeah. But by the way,
like, oh shit, what happened there?
We got to keep that gimmick going.
I
man.
know. Yeah. When that first started, I was like, that's weird. These guys really got a problem.
You know, I went to school with Zoe, and you know, I've known Angel forever.
Yeah.
And I even called him. I'm like,
What
you
is?
really got beef with Zoe right now? And he's like, yeah, we running a gimmick, and I'm like,
Okay, that's fine.
He goes in and shoot, and I'm like, all right,
Oh
cool, I'm good.
shit.
one of my friends at work is like, I thought you guys were for real.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Zoe and I talk like constant. Like he calls me, I call him.
He's a good dude. I just met him. Like we bullshit on online, but he dropped off a shirt, and it's funny because I was talking about it on my pod, and then my mother-in-law listens to every pod, right? And she was like, episode.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, and she's, you know, I don't know if Ozo does say his
Want
name.
another drink?
Yeah, I'll do another one of those. He hasn't even opened his.
I'm good.
But she goes, is it Alonzo Oliver? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, oh, and so she's like, hold on.
Any flavor?
Any of them's good, yeah. And she sends me a picture of her and Zoe's mom back in like 1970 something. They went to high school together.
Shit.
So I sent it to him. I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna believe this. And he was like, oh my God, what a small world. But yeah, I like those guys, man. I've known Londo for a long time. Like, I guess I shouldn't say long like that, but like 07, because we both did music at the same time. We used to do a lot of like hip hop shows.
Yeah.
So
Small Lake City, man. Apparently Londo is related to one of the guys that I work with. One of my homies there. He's like, oh, is that so and so? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, that's my cousin. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
Bro, his look now with the grays and shit, he looks so distinguished.
He needs like a shirt with like leather
Patches on the
patches
sleeves. He's just out there smoking
like a blazer.
Yeah.
Looks like Professor Londo.
Did you see that episode when they were here?
I seen clips. Yeah.
When you came in the fucking suit.
I was like, fuck you guys. And I walked out.
With no socks.
Like, getting all dressed up and shit. Like, fuck you guys. They're like, what are you talking about?
That is the funny shit because none of us knew what he was going to do. The only thing he told me is that when I get up, don't do anything.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And I go, all right, cool. And then he goes, hey. And then he walks out and he comes back and I'm like,
The suit. It looked like you were going to Miami.
Justin knew about it, but Justin's like, dude, you know I don't have that kind of clothes. Like, what do you think I am? I'm like, fair enough. But yeah, it just seems like everybody's, you know, on their own thing, and instead of me pushing to add something else to their agenda,
I don't think it would be too bad though for it to be a once a month, once a quarter.
Yeah,
everyone
awesome.
get together and try to figure shit out
Yeah.
and bounce ideas or just network, really.
Yeah.
I talked to Dre about that. I'm like, why don't we put on, like you have, put on an event, network, bring sponsors in, you know, have groups perform. I can DJ, whatever the fuck you want to do.
I'll DJ too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of us, right?
Dre could push buttons.
Yeah.
Love you, Dre. I'm just playing. Dre.
I'll be honest.
Dre's come a long way.
I'll be honest. I talked to Dre about him one time, and I said, and I've said it here before. I was like, you see DJs like I see drummers. If a drummer does something, you might get blown away, but to me, it's like it's just doing a simple thing.
Yeah.
So I asked him about him. I said, obviously, because I don't know what the fuck's going on, I see what he does and it blows my mind. But how is he? And he was like, dude, Brian is legit. And he told me, he's like, I just push buttons. He told me, he's like, I just But Brian he's come a long way.
Brian's been like I think I came across Brian like MySpace days.
Yeah.
Because I was like 18, 19, wanting to be able to DJ in clubs, and obviously you fucking can't. But I connected with all the DJs, and yeah, Bad Boy Brian, I still remember.
Wow. Love, man.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, you, Hands, Juggy, Latu,
Poetic C.
Yep, Poe, Seo.
DJ Seo.
Yep.
Steve Aoki, David Guetta.
Yeah,
my bad.
You know, Jazzy Jeff. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking all the people that were on the radio at that point, because I was doing, hanging out with Pat Clark.
Yeah. Pat Clark After Dark.
After Dark on U92.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Long time ago.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 20 years now.
Yeah. I started so I was 16.
I started hanging out with Latu and Poetic and at Club Manhattan, getting shot at.
Yeah.
Every Friday night.
Manhattan. I think it closed right before I was old enough to go to it. But I remember hanging outside, because what was that other spot? Vortex. You could be like 16 and up.
Yeah, you can be 16 and up. So Wednesday night?
Yeah. Me and my friends
on
would.
South.
Yeah.
It's now a restaurant. I want to go in there.
Yeah, it's a restaurant. BTG and
I can't afford food there, so.
It's fucking bomb. I mean, I save up.
I save up.
Hey, come on.
Yeah. Saturdays with Save Up.
Come on, let's do it.
Go there.
Let's go.
First episode.
Right now.
Oh, dude.
After this is over.
He said go start it right now.
BTG, you can get your wine, and then it's
I've never been there, but I know.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
we used to play upstairs on Wednesday, and then we'd be in the basement on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that shit. So,
You say you're taking on video now, or you're
Not yet. I want to.
Okay.
Again, it comes down to time, right? Because like I do the pod every week. I am in school. I work full time, and then my son,
Oh, you sound like Dre. You got a whole lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, but Dre has like 7 jobs and 3 kids.
Yeah, but you still have. I mean, your plate's still full.
Yeah, it is. But there's always time for more. But I just try to figure it out, because I don't want to put out the video and it just be like shitty.
Yeah.
I want to learn a little bit more. Like, I'd love to talk to you guys about how you do things, and then the young OGs do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
But again, that comes back to getting together and networking.
I'll be honest, the young OGs, obviously we're friends. We throw a lot of shit at each other, but when it comes to every time I see their equipment, I go, "Fuck, dude, goals right there."
Yeah.
Those guys are like, you know what I mean?
Well, and you look at Lonzo, like, and I think Londo does as well, but I just see Lonzo's puts it out there more. They're recording all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just their pod.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like maybe their pod's taking a back seat to the other shit that they're doing.
I think, and I'm not saying anything they haven't said here, I think the whole idea of their thing is like they didn't even, their first idea wasn't even have a podcast. Somebody told them you guys should do this and put it on a podcast. So when they started, it was just them, I think it was on the video. I think it was in the early YouTubes that they did. For what I remember, they said, but it was like the podcast was an idea that was thrown at us when we were already doing it. So the whole idea was not to be a podcast. It was going to be a brand. And I'm like, that's cool.
I love their merch. I bought one of their shirts. So
where do you buy this?
If they made them in my size, I'd buy one.
Where do you buy this fucking thing? They don't have it.
Lonzo.
I hit him up.
In my size.
Yeah.
Well, see,
But
same thing with the
Lake Talk.
The Lake Talk. They're like, when are you gonna buy a hat? I'm like, I will, but I have to go. I have to come over to buy a hat. It's like, give me a second.
drop me
Have you been on their pod?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did it with,
No, you did it with Dre.
Dre.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this fucking Dre, dude. He gets mentioned every.
Oh my
goddamn
god!
episode.
Like, whatever.
We need to come up with a name for him.
Yeah.
Let's convoy Dre.
Back in the day, I used to call him Lil Bitch.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding, Dre. I never said.
I never said that. You're like,
I'm kidding. Dre's always been, as far as like the scene goes out here, like 08, I remember him.
He's been out, yeah.
Seeing him around, working with U92 and Dog 'em Out, and then, yeah, he's been around forever.
Dude, last week he was here. I gave him back the camera that he let us borrow for over a year.
Oh yeah.
He was here, and then he was like, we did back when he had his old podcast. We had him and his damn partner in here, and this room was just a table.
Oh, okay.
Just a long table, and then we had them two and us two, and after that episode, he said, you guys gotta have your shit on YouTube. And so he let us borrow that camera.
Yeah.
And when we got it, was like, holy shit, dude, we have a YouTube now.
Yeah.
You know what was funny about that camera is right after he picked it up.
Oh,
there
yeah.
there was a video
I saw the story.
on
Yeah.
Instagram of him walking out going, hey,
creators need a camera.
Creators need a camera. I got one.
I'll be happy to loan it.
That's the thing with him. He's so selfless.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
he
but-
is.
I mean, at the same time, fuck him.
And-
I mean,
Yeah, but still fuck him anyway.
And by the
Still
way,
fuck Dre.
selfless
I don't give a shit.
by the way, you didn't hear from me. Pretty close to be a millionaire. Just saying.
yeah, well, I figure
He's got 7 jobs.
he's got the bread.
He said you didn't hear from me.
He's well
since,
off.
Hey, since no one listens to this show, he's a fucking millionaire. That's so funny. Dude, when I had the Lake Talk kids here, I was like, I keep calling them
Kids.
kids.
How old are they? They're in their
call me
20s, right?
They're Fonzie, I think, is 73. And no, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. But when they called me out one time and said, "Hey, fucker, why you keep calling us kids?" I'm like, "Sorry, dude. You're 4 feet tall."
You're short and younger than us.
Oh my god.
They are younger than me.
Yeah.
He said,
But I was they when they were here, Fonzie asked me, "Do you do seasons?" I was like, fuck. I'm like, who do you think I am? The young OG perspective? And they're like, oh, he starts laughing. He goes, well, you know why they do seasons, right? And he goes, why? And I was like, well, they take the time off and they go buy more clothes for their videos. And he goes, shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, dude. So once they use all their outfits, they
It's a wrap. Yeah.
they finish the season, they go buy more.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh damn.
We're getting so much heat for this
Yeah,
whole
no.
episode.
Oh, yeah.
This whole thing.
The whole
It's just
episode.
Dre's gonna be mad at me.
I already said
I haven't even met the
OG,
Lake Talk
like,
guys in
yeah.
person yet. They're gonna be
I'm
like, fuck
never
that
gonna
guy.
interview you ever.
I already said fuck the pub community. So for all I know, this is my last episode. Hey, I started it. I can destroy it.
You're like a Hulk Hogan coming down on the outside.
Vince
that's what-
McMahon,
you
he
dropped
made
the
it,
boot.
he'll drop
That's
it.
what I'm
Damn
saying.
it, you guys.
Sorry.
He's like, yeah.
Sorry,
like
that's on me.
Vince McMahon.
That's on me. I started it.
Dude, do you focus? I know the NBA was hot right now, but do you
Yeah.
focus on every single sport or just NBA?
So mostly NBA, NFL. I'm going to talk a little bit of
Who's
baseball.
your favorite team?
NFL. Ugh, God damn it. See?
He's
They're
probably
best.
gonna say.
You're gonna get more heat.
He's probably gonna say the Cowboys.
Oh, hell no. God. Oh, no.
Broncos?
The
Raiders?
Washington football team is their name now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Washington football team. They had a
Shout out
racist
to
name prior to
Alex
that.
Smith.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Dude,
There
what
you
a
go.
story.
Yeah, so they're my football team. I'll talk a little bit about baseball. Probably once the playoffs come around. The thing with baseball is there's so many games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to cover, and then not as interesting. Like when you're mid-season, like, oh, they lost 3 in a row, but there's fucking 80 more games left.
You fuck with football?
Yeah, but not as much as he does.
You have a team? No.
I'd go Giants, New York, but that's it,
Damn
man.
it, dude.
Who's your team?
I'm a cheesehead.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So you're gonna be. I mean, what's up with Rodgers?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's what I got a problem with. Am I a Packers fan or am I a Aaron Rodgers fan?
Oh, now you sound like
But
this guy.
But here's the thing, though, because
Jesus Christ.
I've been here for 20 years. This year makes 20 years. Until 8 years ago, I started getting into football. I hated football for the longest time, and now I watch every single week game, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like Jacksonville and Jaguars, and it's like, yeah, suck my ass on the back. You know what I mean?
Suck my ass,
But if
Jags.
it's but anything else, like I know people that root for the Packers, obviously,
Yeah.
for the Patriots, you know, for Washington, for Dallas, and so I watched a lot of them. But first of all, I never had a team, and the reason why I fell in love with the Packers is because it was that year where Aaron Rodgers threw 2 Hail Marys.
Oh, yeah.
And they won the game with him, and I was like, dude. And then I heard that the team itself is owned by the people. They don't have like a
That's what's
manager
cool.
or anything. I mean,
Yep.
they do, but
Yeah.
it's not owned by one person. And so I was like, that's cool. And then I had like all of a sudden I watched Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, why is my pee hard? But
Sure. Yeah. No, I
but
get
now
it.
I'm like, who did I fall in love with, the Packers or Aaron Rodgers?
yeah.
So now I'm like,
Tough.
So if he dips, yeah, you might be a.
no, but I don't think
You,
he's gonna.
you might end up being like see.
Yeah.
You-
Seabass has like
Seabass
17
has,
for
like,
this
you
LeBron
don't
James.
have
but, I don't, but for what they say though, I don't think.
I feel like football fans though are like more loyal to their actual team like that big time.
What the Packers are saying is like whatever happens with Aaron Rodgers, he's not gonna get traded. So he will either
sit out.
He would either go out and play or he would sit down.
Yeah,
but he's gonna be on the team,
and he'll be fined a shitload of money if he sits and doesn't show up.
Yeah,
they always say that, but
you don't want to.
I'm trying to think of players in the past, and I don't have a good example in my head, but if they're not playing and it's like getting close to the trade deadline, they're going to look at some options.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can't have that much money sitting on your bench.
Who was that guy from Pittsburgh?
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
It's so funny though. As soon as he left the team, he went to shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then he bounced around, and then he was even talking shit on Andy Reid because he was with the Chiefs, and he's like, something about like him holding me down and doesn't want to let me shine, and the Chiefs players were like, bro, you fucking all right?
You're just shit.
That's what's a trip. He was so good in Pittsburgh. Maybe it was the line. Maybe it was a mixture of like having the receivers and Ben, but he was really fucking good there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you go somewhere else and, I don't know.
It's not the same.
I don't know what's going to happen, dude.
I'm so excited for football season, though. I love when football comes, like, basketball's my favorite sport, but when football comes around.
You said a little Bow Wow.
It was originally Curtis Blow, okay? But,
my man.
But, like, you have the football season starting, fall comes around. Like, I just love that time of year. Halloween, like, I'm a sucker for Halloween time.
The weather, you told me?
The weather, the leaves. It's, like, so romantic. You know what I mean?
Ooh, it's time of year.
Now, here's the biggest question. Here's the biggest problem I got with your podcast.
Oh, fuck.
Why the fuck you don't talk about soccer?
I don't know enough about it. Now, I have friends that do.
Bring
and
them
at
on.
some point,
Right?
So, here's the thing. My
What's the biggest sport in the world?
Oh, yeah, soccer. Football.
Get out.
Yeah.
Football.
But like what I would love to do and get to the point is have people that can come on and just talk about that, or they have their own episodes under I always think about The Ringer, because The Ringer was like Bill Simmons started it, then he started bringing people on, talk about movies, talk about different sports, all types of shit.
Yeah.
And they have their own shows. And then he sold The Ringer, but that's neither here nor there. But that's what I would like to do, something like that, to where I don't know enough about soccer to intelligently talk about it, but I have friends that are really into it and that really know about it. Same thing with MMA. I don't watch enough MMA. I used to be a big boxing guy, but I haven't kept up with it as much.
Oh, this fucking guy is all about MMA.
Yeah, I know, Justin.
He comes in with a mouth guard on, like, just fucking
you're
check
like,
that
chill.
out.
And he's like, fucking,
take
my
off
bad.
for about to shoot.
Yeah, trying to get the cauliflower and shit. Justin, no one's fighting
before
here.
we start, he's looking at himself in the mirror. He's like this.
You just hear the theme from Rocky.
Relax,
No,
I gave him that for his birthday. He met Pat Miletich.
Oh shit!
At the we have one guy who's well, these are my gloves, but he signed them. Eric Iman. Shout out to Eric Iman. And
You box?
He was an MMA fighter.
No, you said those are your gloves.
I trained for a couple years.
Yeah. Okay.
2 months, but it
was like 2 weeks out of the 2 months.
Bought a whole year membership.
Someone told me about it, and I was getting ready, but I never went. No, but so in that fight, he decimated a fucking guy, dude. Like he knocked him the fuck out, and then we were like, yeah, and then in 5 minutes, I'm like, yo, should we call somebody? Like, that motherfucker's still on the ground.
I think he's dead.
And Pat Miletich was he was doing the commentating, and it's so funny because he was like, dude, it's so funny, like, fucking Justin, bless his heart. He's like, you know who that is? And I'm like, no, Pat Miletich. And he's like, I would love to have a picture with him, and he just sat down, and I was like, yo, Pat, and I started screaming, Pat, and then he looked at me and goes, can we get a photo? And he's like, yeah, but he had his microphone. He was like in front of the camera, and he looked at me and he was like, yeah, sure. And then he went on and said the thing he had to say, and then he came to the side where I was at, looks at me and he goes, hey, you want your photo? I'm like, oh, it's not for me, dude. I'm like, yo, dude. And he was like, yo, and he just like, he took that. I took that photo, or either me or his wife. Oh. And so I decided, for the longest time, like, dude, you got to bring that photo here. I was like, yeah, I know, but he's busy with everything else he's got going on. So I blew it up for him on his birthday. It's like, here
that's
it is.
dope.
Angel is like that ignorant friend that I am. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Too short.
You need those people.
When you meet them, hey, can I get a flick?
Oh man.
Ice Cube, Snoop.
there's been people that I've met where I'm like, I really wish I would have got a picture.
I just don't know who they are.
No, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, and then if my friend wants that picture, and wants that shoot, yeah, cool.
You can do it.
I'll do it. I'll take the picture. You know.
You ever been?
Good for you, Angel.
You ever been starstruck? Like you meet someone and you're like, you don't know what to say.
I haven't had the opportunity to meet somebody like that. I mean, we always talk about Keith Stubbs. He's the owner of Wise Guys Comedy Club.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Pound Cake.
So I reached out to him. Long story short, I started knowing of him because of Brian, because he took me to Wise Guys a long time ago, and that's how I started knowing of him. And then years go by, I go to Wise Guys 4 years, and then next thing I know, I see him in there, and I come back to the pod, and then I start talking to Justin. I said, you know what'd be cool to have? That guy.
Yeah.
And he was just like a dream that we had, like, you know, clear up there.
Sure.
And he was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool one day. And so one time I went with the wife, and I said, that's the owner, that's Keith. And he goes, well, then just let him know. Mm-hmm. And so I went, I talked to him, and I said, dude, I have a podcast, and I would love to have you. And I obviously you know, gave him his roses and shit. And,
Yeah.
And the coolest thing about it was like, how about we do it here? So we did it at Wise Guys. And it was like the best. We didn't have Brian back there, so Dre helped us. And I mean, we had a blast.
Wasn't that good, right?
We had a blast, dude. And
audio was shit, but it was fun.
And obviously, Justin would tell you, Justin would say, I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just because who he is, what he's done, and not what they're about to open Wise Guys in Vegas.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy. Badass this guy is.
So there's the location at Jordan Landing.
Yep.
There's the one
downtown
in
Ogden.
Ogden.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Right here by
crazy.
Gateway,
And he's got
Who
Vegas
have
now.
you met? Well,
So,
Starstruck.
so Starstruck, the only person that really fucked me up was Kevin Garnett. Because that was my biggest, like, as a kid, that was my guy, basketball-wise. So I was DJing at Hookah one night. I've told this story on my pod. But I was DJing there. I had a residency there for 2 years every Friday night. And the hostess came up and was like, do you mind if some jazz, it was like 11:50ish, do you mind if some jazz players come up and sit on the stage? And I'm like, nah, I don't care. That's fine. And I'm DJing, and you know, like
Jazz? Who the fuck
I'm
are
like,
those?
fuck those guys. No, I'm kidding.
No, Magic. Orlando Magic fans.
Yeah, this was like,
This was Shaquille O'Neal or Anthony Hardaway?
yeah, this was pre Donovan Mitchell being drafted. So like Gordon Hayward was the main guy on the team, right? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So I'm DJing, and like I can see him come in out of the corner of my eye. And there's one dude, they both have hoodies on, it's wintertime. But then there's another dude, and it's dark, so I can't really see him, but he's tall and skinny. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know anybody on the Jazz that looks like that, because this was even before Rudy. Fuck it, whatever. So I'm DJing, and one of my good buddies that would come out every Friday grabs me, and he's like, Kevin Garnett's right behind you. And I, like, my butthole went, I was like, what? So I was like, fuck, I'm so, like... Because, like, I when I played ball, I wore his number.
He still starts DJing. Where does it come from? Where does it go? Where does it come from?
Got not Joe. So, like, I wore his number. I had his N1s shoes with the fucking zipper, which were stupid.
Yeah.
I had his posters. I have all of his rookie cards. So I'm DJing, and I'm like, man. And then, like, so had you been to Hookah when it was around back then?
Yeah.
So, like, the couch is here, right? And, like, the booth, like, the DJ booth is, like, maybe the end of this table. And I just feel a hand on my back, and I'm like,
you just went,
yeah. But he's sitting down. That's how long his fucking arms are, right? And
He turned to the couch.
yeah, and I turn around, and he's like, "What's up, man? I'm Kevin. I've really liked what you've played so far. Keep doing your thing." And I was like, "Okay, sir."
damn.
You know, but in my head, I'm like,
squeak like
yeah.
you just went through puberty.
Okay. So then and then it was such a trip, because he goes, he comes back a couple minutes later. He's like, "I only have one request." I'm like, sure. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
If he asked me to suck his dick, go on.
Calm down, B.
Sorry.
No, I'm playing. Said sorry.
I'm just surprised I didn't come out with that first.
Yeah.
I know he's just mad because he didn't say it
I was
first.
like, aren't I the one? Anyway.
So he's like, could you play the B.O.B. and Trey songs, Not For Long? And I was like, and it came out a week before, like maybe a couple days before that. And I was like, I didn't expect that from him, but I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I can play it because I had it because I got off a DigiWax at the time.
So can you play Frozen?
I play it, and he
Can
starts.
you play Let It Go?
Yeah, he starts going off behind me, and then I like every song after that, he was just into it. And then I turn around again. It's the night's over, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm Kevin." And in my head, I'm like, "Do I just tell him like, yeah, I know who the fuck you are?" So I told him, I was like, "Listen, man, you were my guy." Da, 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 da. And he's like, "Oh, that's love." And he's like, "You need to get an agent. You need to travel. Do you travel?" And I was like, "If you're having a party, I travel. Like, you let me know when you're having a fucking party." But then he like shook my hand and he gave me money. He gave me like that, like when you're out and they give you one of these.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to look at how much you just gave me. I just put it in my pocket.
How much was it?
And then so I go to the bathroom, like, excuse me, I have to use the restroom.
He's like, check the
It's $100. It was $100.
It's a bag of Coke.
Yeah, 100. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus. Whoa, Kevin.
$20 in a bag of Coke.
Yeah. Kevin likes to party. All right. But yeah, so it was $100 and
As I was playing Whitney Houston, he's like, woo! Yes! Fucking powder up.
But I wanted to get a picture. And they weren't supposed to be out. They played the Jazz the next day.
That's why they wore the hoods in.
Yeah, and he's like, man, he's like, we can't take pictures. And I'm like, all right, it's all good. But there was people there, so like, I'll never forget that.
You should have said, well, what if I just blow it up and put it in my room?
Yeah, or
Doesn't
like, what if I
happen.
post it like 4 years from now?
Yeah, exactly.
But they can't trust anybody. You know what I mean?
That's why there's been a lot of famous people I've met.
And you just can't.
We can't take pictures because
Because here's the problem.
Supposed to be there.
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem. You didn't take that photo. I don't believe shit you just said.
Exactly. But there was people there, so thank God.
See, but did you just fucking lose all interest in what's going on?
Nobody cares.
No, I'm just listening to his story.
Look, he's waiting for us to throw to him to tell us about.
He's like, the time I met Kevin Garnett. I'm like,
Were you there that night?
No,
you didn't go that night.
And I'd go there
He
all
went there
the time.
all the time, yeah.
And then I heard I think I saw it because you posted it.
Yeah.
You posted something about it, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I go there every fucking week, and the week I don't go, Kevin
Well, the
Garnett
thing that was
shows
so
up.
fucked up, the next
Week was
so I was
dead.
there
No,
every.
I'm just kidding.
I
You're
was,
like,
yeah,
it
no, it
fucking
probably
dead.
was.
I show up, is Kevin Garnett still here?
I was there every Friday.
You walking, yo, Kevin.
It's not him,
Yeah, bro.
Say bye. I'll get you the cheese fries, bro. You're straight.
He's back in Boston.
But the next week on Thursday, Paul Pierce showed up. Because this is when Paul Pierce was with the Clippers, Garnett was with the Nets.
Okay.
And so Paul Pierce shows up on a Thursday, and I know for damn sure he wasn't liking what was being played that night. And I'm like, damn, I wonder if Garnett was like, yeah, go check out this spot. Ooh. And I was like, fuck, one day off. But he was the only one I've been like real starstruck with. I met like, and all the shows that we used to do, like hip hop artists like Be Real, like
I just thought of something too. That shit's funny.
No, go ahead.
No,
you interrupt my shit, correspondent.
You earlier you said of Patrick Ewing. When you said Patrick Ewing, I actually met Patrick Ewing. And he didn't give me an autograph, and I asked when he was an assistant coach for the Magic. I saw him at Grand America, and I was like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" And he's like, just kept walking. And then Dwight Howard was behind him, and I asked him. And he's like, "Sure."
Oh, there you go.
You want to see how cool Angel is? He has a Stone Cold Steve Austin autograph.
Oh,
That just came out on my memories yesterday, I think.
Wait, you met
Stone Cold?
I signed his. He signed.
I was like,
He bought me the book.
Yeah.
And he signed it. Yeah.
Where?
We were on Monday Night Raw.
Barnes and Noble.
Fuck, what year was that?
Monday Night Raw. Raw Roulette with Eric Bischoff.
2007? 8?
Back in.
No.
It's on WWE.
Yeah. I was there that night.
We're in the third row.
By the way,
camera side. When Lita took on some other chick in a cage for the first time.
By the way, the chicks that Bishop will come up with to do the Russian roulette, one of those, she's my doctor. Because she used to be a model.
Stacey sat on your lap?
No.
That was the tech.
To the Children's Hospital.
Oh, okay.
He said,
I was like, wait a minute.
Stacey Keebler?
Yeah. God damn, that's your doctor? She's like, we have a video of her all the time, or what?
Yo, so wait, but where did you get an autograph from Stone Cold that night at that show?
No, the night before. It's just when he first started. He just barely retired, and he wrote a book.
Yeah.
So when they came here, he got his book sold in Barnes and Noble.
In Crossroads Mall.
Crossroads,
Oh, this is bad.
So I was working across the street in downtown Salt Lake. So he was like, "Dude, Stone's gonna be here," and I said, "Okay, cool." But I just went in, and he already had the book. And then he, back then I was like just a little, poor white boy. What?
Just kidding.
What?
He just a little cool.
Just a little mijo. No, I looked at your. This is a side note, but you can continue. I looked at your IG and there was a picture for Father's Day for your pops.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that ain't Angel.
Lou Diamond.
That's what I thought. I was like,
that is Lou Diamond.
Oh, Donna. Oh yeah,
Ricky.
But
two different movies. That's Boys in the Hood. Ricky, not Richie. Two different. Yeah,
sorry, I forgot the right yell.
Dude, Brian's all about the urban. You know what I mean?
It's cool.
That is dope.
But yeah, so he bought me the book just so I can get a sign.
That's awesome.
Now
That's
the
cool.
picture, badass photo, but the guy that's in the back that works for the WWE, his face is like,
just a yeah.
I was like, God damn it, dude. And like I had like a nice hair, no beard.
Clean cut.
I just barely started my period. I mean,
right.
Dude,
So you were
fucking young
fresh.
as fuck.
He looked so much like Lou Diamond Phillips in Stand By Me.
I'm telling you, that picture of you and your dad.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was the version.
damn,
that was in the picture.
young buck.
Dang.
Yo, let's do this. Can you pull it up? Let's see if I just my IG. See if I look like my mom or my dad.
Okay.
Because obviously my mom is like, you look nothing like you look nothing like your father, and then but then everybody else is like, yo, you like
nothing
the
like that
exact
son of a
photo
bitch.
of your dad, But she was like, she always says that. And then my dad is like, my dad's family is like, no, you look just like your dad. So that one.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
This one?
No, you look like your pops for sure.
That's how I was when I came here. That's how skinny I was.
What did you eat? Like nothing?
Dude, back then I was eating everything.
Real, you just young and the
played soccer
metabolism.
I was playing soccer
okay.
religiously.
Played football.
Go back and look at the one with my mother.
Who's that sexy son of a bitch in the middle?
You know me. Look, that's my mom.
I was talking about me in that one picture. Oh, you know what though? You kind of do look like your mom too, though.
I
Really?
can see it, man.
Oh, nice.
That's the tough
She's
part.
gonna start listening to your podcast just because you said that.
Beautiful, perfect.
She's like, those kids are right.
Yeah, just like your mother.
You know that dog guy. He's something else.
He's something else.
Yeah, dude. You know who's coming to Rio Tinto on Sunday?
Sunday? On the 4th of July?
This guy.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a soccer game.
Oh
We
wow!
gotta look at that guy.
Look at my mom's 80s fucking hair. Dude.
That's the flow.
Damn.
The
That's-
big hair.
We just came back from the beach. Look at my sunburn.
Tan as hell.
That's the
yeah.
80s flow.
I wish I could tan. It's a damn.
Well,
shame.
you can. You just gotta.
No,
go
I
to-
can't. Bro, I've tried.
Dude, go to my fucking hometown. I can show you that you can.
I will burn.
What'd you say your hometown is? What's this name?
Mérida, Yucatan.
Oh, Yucatan. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Brian, pull up Mérida, Yucatan.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Yucatan.
Is that wifey in the middle? Oh,
C-A.
now it's gone.
Tan.
Yeah.
T-A-N.
How long you been married?
MERIDA. Next word.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. I spend my Januaries in
Images.
In Mexico.
Sinaloa.
That's my hometown for you, fellas.
Is that where you go?
Ooh.
When you go to Mexico,
Yeah,
Sinaloa?
Mazatlan, yeah.
Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at that one.
You can just walk down the street and see that shit, or what?
Yeah, I've been there with the wife.
Yeah, that's their swimming hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the public pool.
He's like, I grew up the block away from
So
that.
I don't know if you know this,
I don't.
but the meteor that killed the dinosaurs landed in Yucatan.
Gotcha.
So if you actually look up meteor in Yucatan, you can see like the map, and you see the Yucatan is like the last so Mexican Republic is like this.
So
Like
last
the
little
last
bit.
triangle, that's what my hometown is. So the meteor, let's just say the triangle is like this big. The meteor took like that corner. So in all that line that it took from the land, it's full of they call them cenotes, which is like underwater caves. So they have like hundreds of those things.
Damn,
That's crazy.
So that's one of the things. But that's the cathedral right there. That's
nice.
that's like Central Park right there.
Did you ever go back?
Yeah, well, last time we went back was in 2015 for my 10th year anniversary. But
Nice.
I
that's
love it. I
beautiful.
miss it. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, who's in Rio Tinto?
Yeah, who? I don't know.
America Eagles, dude.
American Eagles.
America.
Oh.
Fucking soccer team.
Yeah.
Oh. You going?
I don't think so. No, because
All right, well,
no,
next topic, fuck it.
It's because
Who are they playing?
where?
Just here?
No,
Just
who?
Real, right?
Who are they?
Santos.
Oh, Santos. Okay.
So it's like a friendly game. So
Yeah.
they're doing a tour, and so they're going to a lot of cities.
People can see them.
US,
Yeah.
So it's like when the Globetrotters go
there's
around.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like so there's two players because I talked to the wife and we were like, yeah, let's go, and we might still, but I don't think so. But so she's in love with Memo Ochoa, which is the goalkeeper. And there's a guy named Henry Martin that it's one of the forwards for America, and he is from my hometown, and he plays for America now, and he's a badass. But they're both playing for the Mexican team
National
right now,
team, nice.
so they're not. I highly doubt they're coming.
Damn.
But like in their photos on Facebook, because I follow them. They're like training in that facility in Harriman. That new soccer facility. You can see the mountains in the back.
Yeah.
And my wife is like, let's go see him. I'm like, oh.
That's nice up there. I have a friend who plays. He plays games up there. I don't know what league he's in, but yeah.
He's like Team
love
USA. You're
Yeah,
like
he's
Team
a-
USA.
yeah.
You ever play soccer?
I have, but
Colombiano.
thing is, I was just a bigger, heavy set dude, so soccer was a lot of
just
running
move coke.
around.
So you said fuck it.
He said so he'd only move coke. He's like, that's his game.
He's making a half field and be like, fuck that shit.
I like soccer, and
Yeah.
especially when it comes down to World Cup. Right now, I'm paying attention, obviously,
Yeah.
Copa America, because Colombia's in it. But playing, I was never good at it.
Yeah.
My coordination on the feet is not as good. Even though, like, I could play basketball and I could dance.
Yeah.
I could dance.
He's a fucking
but my feet coordination for
dance
soccer,
fever.
I have nothing but respect for people that play football. Because it's
can say.
next level, man.
So the wife
So
works.
good.
The wife works Friday night and Saturday night at Caramba.
Oh, I spent a lot of my 20s there and my late teens when I wasn't supposed
Yeah,
to.
well, she's spending her 40s there. So what are you doing with your life? But anyway, but she works there, and last week she went to work, and she called me up, and
She's like, get your ass
I
here.
was like, pause the porn, right? So I
Sure.
wanna hear.
Yeah.
And,
Please. It's your wife.
and
You're
she
like,
was
pause
like,
it. Please.
It's respectful.
She was like,
Number one. Go ahead.
she was like, he's like, hey, he's like, guess what? And I'm like, what? And she goes, hold on. And then she's like walking away. I'm like, you're starting to freak me out.
Yeah.
Do I need to go or what the fuck? And she goes, be ready to come here. And I'm like, why? And she goes, because America might come into the club tonight. And I was like, America's not even here. They don't play for another week. He's like, no, they're here. And I was like, all right. Some white woman. What does she know?
Yeah.
And then I look at Facebook. I'm like, oh, yo, they're here. They're training already. And so, but
You spray on the axe. You're like, oh, they're here.
put my shirt on and shit. I got my soccer ball right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Show up at the club.
Shin guards and all that
Can you
shit.
sign this? Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
You guys need another player?
Angel, what is that called at the end of the game where the game's tied and they're doing
The penalties or the overtime?
No, not the overtime, but where they have to find a winner, right? They can't end in a tie, right? And they're doing the shootout. Is that what it's called?
Well, the penalty kicks is a shootout.
Penalty kicks, yeah.
And yeah, in English,
So they
they say
go-
the shootout.
So each team shoots 5 times.
Yeah, yeah.
And if any of those, and if what?
I'm just thinking about so many good
yeah,
shootouts,
yeah.
man.
There is shootout wise, there is nothing more Jesus. There is nothing.
This
more-
is just a PSA. DJs generally don't read a lot after we graduate high school. Go ahead. Rivington.
There's nothing that is more must-watch TV
Yeah.
than those shootouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like everybody who loves soccer, they watch 90 minutes of a whole game, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it's coming down to
That.
this.
And then,
crazy.
and the
It's-
goalie's just like,
They don't do that in baseball.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Basketball, football.
Overtime is 5 minutes.
yeah.
It's literally 5 kicks.
Yep.
And we'll figure this out.
But if
It's
I-
crazy.
It will decide everything.
So they will go for the 90 minutes, and if they
You got 2 overtimes.
and then they go to overtime, which is 15 and 15.
Two
They have to
15s.
switch fields every time. Every time they play, they have to
Saturday,
switch fields.
yeah.
So after the 90, if there's no winner, they go to 30 minutes.
After
15 and
120
15.
minutes. Oof.
And then after 120, yeah. So they go to penalty kicks, and all of them, every team shoots 5 times.
Right.
And
no matter what.
No matter what. And after how many you get or how many you miss, if they still tie, then they go to sudden death.
Yeah.
But the fucked up thing about it is like, obviously, because you want to win, then you put your star players to kick the penalty kick. But if they still tied,
then you got
then
some
when it comes to
jabrones off
sudden
the
death,
bench. Yeah.
because you can't repeat a player.
Yeah.
So when it comes to sudden death, it's like, all right, bench, you're up.
Go out and do
So
it.
There's nothing like more
Intense.
It's so intense soccer
than
because
than that part of soccer.
Especially when you get like World Cup time, because the whole fucking country.
I don't understand.
You have to have a winner.
Yeah.
I don't understand how come people here sleep on soccer a lot. If you think about it, I know that we went over this and it's like, oh, you know, the king of sports or whatever they call it. It's the biggest sport in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
1, 2. It's the only sport, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the only sport that is when it comes to the championship or the tournament per se, it's a worldwide tournament.
yeah,
So nobody does that. Football is playing. It's cities
US.
playing.
yeah.
Right?
It's
Same
a
with
league.
baseball. Same with NBA. It's all internal.
Yeah.
You know. Then you have your Olympic Games, which is different countries, but it's a different game.
So basketball has
soccer has its own
Yeah.
World Cup tournament, and
Yeah.
that's when
Basketball has something similar
Has
to
a FIBA.
and I don't
but it's
understand-
not as big as FIFA.
FIBA is like the World Cup for basketball.
Okay.
But it's not on the same level as the
Because
World Cup.
Dude, I was
'Cause it's newer,
reading
too.
I was reading
Yeah.
this the other day. Super Bowl, it's watched 300 million some people.
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
people.
Stupid
The
amount.
World Cup is over 1 billion.
Yeah, man. Like you said, everywhere
even close.
everywhere
Yeah.
in the world play soccer. Like
Also, everywhere in the world is called football.
football.
Here's the only
soccer.
place called soccer.
Because
Yeah.
there's American football, but like
That was the most awkward conversation in third grade. What the fuck you mean
when you watch
football?
the World Cup as soon as USA's out? I mean, not for you, Angel, but these guys over here.
Yeah, for sure.
When USA's out, I turn it off.
Oh, no, dude.
So when
You
the
watch
World
so
Cup's
many people
but I
above-
get it.
when the World Cup's
honestly.
going on, I bet on sports a lot. So like when the World Cup's going on, I'll bet with friends.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we
I'll
got
watch
Dr. Phil
all
out
of
here
it.
for your gambling problem.
Yeah,
later.
Call
You know,
1-800-7.
Vegan is illegal instead of Utah, just so you know.
Oh,
But also,
I meant like just sandwich.
I meant lunch. I meant lunch.
Jimmy John.
Yeah.
Jimmy John
But also, it's like it is so cool because I also watch it because for the majority of the time Mexico does good. Mexico goes to the second round, but then it
Yeah.
gets kicked out. But then you got people like as a Mexican, when I watch the World Cup and obviously the USA or Mexico are not in anymore, then you gotta be like, all right, well, let's go with the big dogs, and Colombia is one of them. Colombia, Brazil, obviously one of
yeah.
Brazil.
He's
They're
one of
always
the
my
big ones.
go-to on
Six-time
FIFA.
5 or 6
Five,
time
I think,
champion.
5 or 6, yeah.
That is Italy. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
You know,
just such a-
Argentina.
It's just
I mean,
yeah,
holy
Argentina.
shit,
It's such a
dude.
big sport. Things like basketball is my favorite sport.
Yeah.
Oh, like
He's
since I was
there,
a
Bow
kid.
Wow.
But easy Bow Wow.
Told you it was Curtis.
You know I
Blow.
love it. But soccer,
I like how you
football,
keep correcting everybody on that.
God damn it.
but football is like near and dear because my dad would always watch it.
Yeah.
So it's like when it's World Cup time or not even. So I'm like, it has to be at least my second favorite, and I'm like, yo, I'm going for it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
my dad's like, yo, football's on. Like right now, Copa America. It was what was it? Yeah, just last week. It's like game after game, just watching. So
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, yo, this is what we're doing, and this is it.
Like
So
or whenever the last World Cup was. When was that?
2017.
Well, it was supposed to be
eight-
last year.
was
So
supposed
to be
4
last
years
year.
before that.
16.
16.
Yeah.
So we worked at the same company at that time as well, different company, but we went into the break room, which was a dope break room at that company, and we watched the Colombia. Was it Colombia against England? Because Bruce was tripping over. the
Yeah,
game
Bruce.
too.
Yeah, and he was the
So,
guy
'cause
was from England, and they won.
And I was just sitting there like we were.
Yeah.
Me and the other guys were like, "This is intense." We were just having beers in the break room while these guys were like, "Come on,
Yeah.
shit."
The thing is, yeah, all sports do like basketball and soccer do it to me, but like I have some like good fond memories from certain games. Like
Yeah.
I still remember Copa America, Colombia versus Mexico, 2001 in Colombia, and I'm a kid, and I'm
Classic.
like, that's a classic for me. 1998 when Brazil played France in France, and France won when Brazil was heavily loaded. I was 9 years old, and I already knew like, yo, this shit. And the first one I remember is the U.S. one, but I was only like 5-6 years old in '94, where I was like,
Hey, well, I'll translate for you.
How about-
That was like when Hulk Hogan body slammed
Andre.
yeah, some crazy shit.
How about when
Forget about It's huge.
You remember?
in '86 the World Cup wasn't. You
Oh,
guys can
I
go
don't remember
You guys
that
can go
one.
get us a drink, by the way.
Yeah.
When Mexico,
I might
played-
use the restroom.
I wasn't alive there, but yeah, like
86.
Okay, but you probably seen
Yeah.
Maradona, rest in peace,
rest in peace.
score with his hand,
That was,
and they won the World Cup.
Wait a minute, he scored with his hand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
and,
called the. I think it's called the. Can you look it up? I think
What
it's
is it
called the
called?
Hand of God.
the hand of
Maradona-
God, la mano de Dios. What is it? Like something like that.
It'll be in Maradona. Yeah, just
Maradona
hand
was a
of God.
badass.
Hand of God soccer,
Wait, so how did that?
Count.
Yeah.
because they didn't see it.
Sure enough.
Yeah, it shouldn't have.
What after?
Where did
shit,
he play?
if
What?
we're-
Or Argentina?
He played. Yeah,
That was in '86.
Yeah, when the World Cup was in Mexico. Yeah,
Damn.
I don't know if we can play this.
When's
I
the-
was, let's see.
When's the one that's supposed to be Canada, U.S., Mexico? That's the one that they were
I thought
saying.
that was 2020. No?
I thought that was going to be 2021. Isn't
Yeah.
that this one coming up? Or
Yeah,
no.
'cause
This one's
Is this
Qatar?
year, right, or next year?
Next year, I think. No, it's 2022 because all the qualifiers start in September. Right now, Colombia plays
What the fuck?
Bolivia, so that should be easy.
I can't
No
rent a
disrespect
fucking
on
room
my-
here. The
Stop
goddamn
it, but
internet
yeah,
ain't
the
even working.
qualifiers start in September. Look at this.
Yeah, so.
If you get a
Okay.
chance, now we're watching highlights. Look for the scorpion kick. It's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, dude, from Higuita.
Higuita.
Yeah.
René Higuita.
Okay,
So he hit that with his hand?
So they look. See, the guys already calling hand.
Yeah.
Everybody's calling hand. Nobody called hand.
He's like, nope, it was my head.
So he scored. It was 2-0. So they did count. They were gonna win anyway, but I don't know if there's a. Hopefully they'll replay it.
There you go.
They're closer.
Okay.
So
Up.
look at his hand.
Oh.
He's playing fucking volleyball.
Yeah.
And that
There you
was.
go. Another one.
You know, instant replay back then is
Look,
shitty.
look.
Oh, yeah. There.
Look, see? In a World Cup, dude.
Yeah.
They won.
Huge.
They ended up getting the.
Well, bro, soccer's so crazy. Like any sport, but I think like the passion behind
Oh, yeah. You see
cheering on a
cities
whole
burning
country.
and shit.
Yeah.
You see like there was a guy that his name was Andres Escobar, played for Colombia like in the
Escobar.
90s.
Ooh.
Obviously not that Escobar, another one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he did an auto
A
goal.
different Escobar.
He committed an auto goal, and when he got back to Colombia, they killed him.
Oh, that's right.
When he was he went into the bar.
That's right.
And he did an auto goal for the country. He got back into
did a
town.
what?
An
An
auto
auto
goal, so he
goal.
scored on his own.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's how
And,
they lost, and they got kicked out.
And then
So
he
when
went to some
back
bar,
home-
and obviously they started like disrespecting him at the
Forget
bar, and he
about
got
it.
murdered.
Yeah.
So it's like all sports, but I'm saying I've seen some crazy shit for football.
Yeah.
That's
like,
why I keep Sebastian Colombian. He don't fuck
But
around.
you guys don't follow. But you guys don't follow Real either, right? It's just-
No,
not tons, but I've actually met a few people here that played for the team. Like I knew there's a guy named Sebastian, Colombian guy that played for the team.
Yeah.
And I've met a few people. So I wasn't like a
Dre
big
know
fan, but
one?
Yeah, he knows one.
I met him around at the
Yeah.
clubs and stuff. He'd go to Caramba, a couple players, so like I'd see him and be like, oh yeah,
I'll
we play
probably
soccer.
get
I don't
into
go
it.
there, but I hear what you're saying.
My son's
Yeah.
about to. He's only 3, but he's about to start playing soccer.
No, he's gonna suck.
Well, no, that's the thing.
What?
No, that's the thing.
He said what?
Because I was like, kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we got the soccer ball out today, and he's stopping it, very coordinated, passing it back, kick
Well,
like.
how fucking Uncle Sep? Oh, I guess he's not good with his feet.
Yeah, no.
All of my boys. So like, I have some really good friends that are
Yeah.
really good at soccer.
I play basketball.
I love playing. Obviously, it's
That's
been
what
a
I can
while.
play. He's better.
Last time I played was for indoor soccer, and that will kick your
Futsal?
ass.
Where'd you play at? At
Garden Village.
Yeah. I have friends that play in those leagues.
Really?
Yeah, like
Tell
late
us
as
so,
fuck,
dude. Yeah.
midnight.
Oh yeah, bro. They will
Yeah,
play
yeah.
late at these leagues.
I gotta go to bed.
But I think you can. I think you can say. I mean, because we back when we did it, it was from the company that we used to work for.
Oh yeah.
So they sponsored the whole thing.
Sure.
They made us our uniforms and shit. So, but we kind of had to say, well, you know, we have to be up. We still play on Sundays. You know me, I don't do anything on Sundays.
Right.
So,
Well,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
the Lord's Day. Yeah.
But we will play on Sundays, but I think we had to say, yo, it's just we can't be playing. I think the latest we did was like 9.
Yeah. That shit's
And that's
crazy.
still like
Yeah. We never won one game, by the way.
Oh.
That's because the kid that put it together started bringing like the friend and the brother, and they're like, these people don't know how to fucking play. Yeah. Meanwhile, I brought like the rock stars, but it was like
you're out there just whooping ass. But they were like some jabron that can't.
This is what you brought me to play with.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, dude, I didn't put it together. Dude, let me ask you this. Let's start hitting up.
Let's focus.
Let's change gears.
Are we recording now?
Right before, no, we haven't started.
Okay.
What's the? I know you went a little into it. Something that we always ask the podcasters: what is the plans for the future for the pod?
Yeah, I think at some point I want to.
So you're gonna fire Seabass, right?
Well, I can't fire him from like the driver, the security, and all that. Like,
I'm basically getting my hours cut.
We just talked about.
I got no benefits and just cut my hours.
Yeah,
they don't want me to get
unemployment. Player that got ended because he kicked in his own goal. Sebas from that cloth, so I need to keep him around.
Okay, I see.
No. I'd like to do video at some point. I think for the time being, it's just building up. This sounds so corny. The brand, right? So I want to kind of stick strict to like music artists. Different type of athletes that I can interview, and then I need to start focusing more on sponsorships as well, getting out there and being more into that. Obviously, I had Hepius with Dalton, but that's kind of going a different direction right now. So I want to get out there.
It's hard to ask again, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we did it 3 months.
He sponsored us for a couple months, I think.
Yeah,
but I said to him, "Look, man. You're my homie."
Yeah, I'll push you still.
And the minute you don't want to do it, you don't give me a spiel. Just say,
yeah, we're done.
We're done. And I'd be like, all right, cool. I might still use your product, just so you know.
Yeah.
But I never asked him again.
I still use his product.
Yeah.
There you go. I never asked him again.
Yeah.
And I figure if he wants it, he will ask me. But I don't know. But
anyway.
Yeah,
I think he's kind of going I did a pod with him, and I think he records like 78 a month. So I don't know when the pod with me and Dalton is coming out.
Oh, dude. I'm sorry, Dalton. I love you, but fuck, dude. We went and did an episode with him, and he had like 2 episodes ahead of us. We're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
dude.
he's released 2 since I recorded it, so I don't know. It'll be out at some point, but
what drives me nuts is like he posts the photo. He's like, hey, good episode with this guy, and I'm like, oh yeah. When is that gonna come out? In a couple months? Like, Jesus Christ.
And he does that all that shit from his house.
Yeah.
And like
he's another guy that's looking for he would love to get out of his house.
It's just he interviews so many people, and I don't feel comfortable having certain people.
I think it's because you do it by yourself. I think it works for you.
Sure. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like we started, and not to put it on him, but we started on.
That sounds weird.
We started in Justin's house. So him being the way he is, and like I say, we support him 100%. I was like, dude, what are you gonna do if somebody that we don't know? Yeah. We have him as a guest, and they're like, yo, can I use your bathroom? Like, it's gonna be awkward for you, and me.
Especially if he has to take a shit.
And me knowing that stuff, it's gonna be awkward for me too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I know how he is.
Yeah.
So, this is kind of a pain in the ass. It's kind of money that you could be saving, but at the same time, it's like it's so much better to just come and sit down and press record, and you're done. You're all set up.
Exactly.
You do it,
and it looks great because that's the other thing about me doing video. Like, it's gonna be me in my office. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to have a place where I can record and sit down and have good interviews with people. Like, I don't want to just have a Zoom. Like, some people do Zoom and that's fine, but I don't plan on somebody watching me talk on a Zoom, right? Like, that's what I love about this is like it's a whole feel with your guys' sign and everything. Like, it's perfect. This is what I would like, something similar to this.
Fire over here.
Forget about it. Forget about it. You guys fucking made it.
We got a boner too.
A boner, a humidifier, boxing gloves. Bad Boys, Mike Lowry.
We got weed
Marcus.
Seeds. Yeah, dude.
Come again?
Humidifier?
Yeah. No,
dude.
but this is something that at some point
that's what it drives me nuts, but I can't do anything about that. It's the whole building. So
at some point, this is something that I would like to do. Right? You talked about plans for the future, video, but not video, a Zoom video, being able to go record somewhere and actually have those videos out there, but more just the interviews, right? Because I do some episodes where I just talk sports and talk about games, talk about all kinds of different shit like that. I don't want a video of that.
Was the Gabino episode through Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. Because we did that kind of on the fly because he hit me and was just talking shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, come on the pod then, bitch. And me and him have known each other for years, so I can call him that. But yeah, so yeah, it was just through Zoom. I've done a couple of live interviews at Dre's. I did the Emerson Kennedy one. Obviously Dre's, right? The 2-parter. I heard you were upset about it.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Every time he puts me on, he's like, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, it's time to go. So, where can people find you?"
Oh, yeah, by the way, it's time to go.
I was like, I just fucking got here, dude.
Yeah, but no, that's But yeah, I want to have a spot where I can do something like that, even if it's not all the time. Whenever I'm doing an actual interview of somebody, I'd rather have a spot. To
Dude, you know how many times I've been like, I gotta get away from the house and just come here,
come chill here. Yeah,
dude.
Sure, hell yeah.
I bet.
Just it's awesome. What about you? Do you got any plans? Being a correspondent till you die? What's going on?
It's been treating me good so far.
See, the thing is I'm married, right?
Yeah.
So like, if I get hit up by whatever, I'm just like, hit up the correspondent. He'll handle it.
I'll get you in.
Right?
Like,
No, not get you in anywhere. He's handling it. I'm not.
You take the change or all right, ladies. As soon as the dude comes in, fuck you going.
Here you go.
You're the security at the VIP.
There we go.
Like, you don't get in unless
Yeah.
you
Seabass says it's okay.
I'm like, it's
Seabass
okay.
says,
Dude.
Seabass says you got to do me first.
It'd be cool for you to
And
have
only
your
you.
pod, dude.
That's what I
To do the
tell him.
pod? Yeah, I'm thinking about it, man.
Because he can talk to anybody. That's the thing about him.
I can talk for a long time. I'm trying to be quiet because I always feel like I talk too much and I take
No,
over.
dude.
But yeah, I've been giving it a lot of thought to
By
actually
the way,
start one.
before you say that, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I see you guys later.
I'm like,
So Seabass, you wrestling fan?
yes.
Will?
Oh yeah.
Saying.
He's like,
If you-
There's a 3-piece right here.
Yeah.
We could,
Listen,
he
just
done
like I
been told me.
Just like I told my buddy to do a sports podcast, I told him do a fucking wrestling podcast.
Yeah, no, I would love to, and I would
That'd
love
be
to.
amazing, too,
I would love to
man.
go some more of the local type of shit here because I don't. I
You
don't
know
go
this
enough.
building hosts the fucking fights?
That's what I. Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
heard.
wow.
Yeah,
Jonathan.
Jonathan?
yeah.
This is his car right there.
Because you had him on your pod?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just haven't been to enough of the local ones. But
wait, is Jonathan the?
He's the manager.
He's the
Okay,
manager of the building.
John Cena,
Okay.
you heard of him?
John Cena.
Jonathan King?
You can't see him.
Jonathan Trujillo King.
Trujillo
King.
King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the one I know. Yeah.
You know?
Because,
Well, not know him, but I think
yeah.
it's
the
the.
local wrestling scene out here.
Yeah.
We talk soccer, Angel.
I-
so
I
we
need
can
to-
talk a little bit of wrestling.
I need to know more about the
He's
local.
fucking mad.
I
Look
need to
at
know
his
more about
face.
the local
It's your
wrestling
podcast,
scene.
Brian. Do whatever you want. What did you say?
No, I need to know more about the local wrestling scene because I've seen just a bit, but
Yeah.
obviously I know like WWE and all the stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to know more about the local people too.
No, I think it'd be fun to do a pod, do a wrestling pod. I mean, you let me know.
Is your episode's gonna be 6 hours long?
It could be.
See, that's the thing with
Well,
the
when the-
wrestling
I
thing. You
mean-
go that rabbit hole.
Why don't you put
You
a
go down
timer,
that-
motherfuckers?
Yeah. So we're done for today.
I did one wrestling episode.
That was fun.
with Sebastian and my other friend.
Oh yeah,
And it
we
was-
did at my place.
Dre
Yeah, it was
sent
cool.
me that, and he's like, "Hey, check
Oh,
this
yeah,
one out." And
yeah.
I'm like, Will Wonder. I know Will Wonder from DJ. What
Yeah.
the hell is he doing?
Please, for the love of God, let's not fucking do another hour. But who's your favorite wrestler?
Please, for the love of God.
Oh, that's tough. I got to give you at least 5 names, man. I can't
All
just
right.
go
Yeah,
one.
Can we get a top 3?
A top 3 at
There you
least.
go. You can do top.
Okay, well,
three is
I for sure love The Rock. I just love The Rock from his wrestling days.
Fuck, dude, you're
I'm
like
sorry.
You're like the
That-
100 person to
that-
love
That's
the Rock.
that's a main guy, but I get it. That I
My
every,
man crush. I would
but The Rock,
Yeah, sure.
Eddie Guerrero,
Nice.
R.I.P. When he passed away, I cried. Like I was
you're a
really like
little
15
bitch.
years old. I was like, man,
Little-
sorry.
I still
That,
watch that episode of Raw when they did the tribute to him after
Yeah.
he died. And
dope. I'm like, you're getting me emotional again. Like I'm like,
He hasn't even had a
God
drink.
damn.
Eddie.
don't
I'm
give
like,
him a
poor
I'm
business.
talking about Chris Benoit.
Poor Mr. Shit. We don't talk about him. I don't want to be affiliated. I'm like, is that getting cut? No.
edit that.
Kurt
Don't
Angle. Kurt
Or
Angle's one
not.
of my favorite guys.
Yeah. So there's your 3.
Jesus Christ.
Angle, Rock,
Kurt.
Eddie.
No, I'm gonna go Rock, Eddie, Kurt. No order. Undertaker.
Kurt.
I'm gonna put him there.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
You suck.
That's
Yeah.
such a cold. Yeah. That's
What about you?
That's funny. He still gets that chant
He does.
Yeah.
even now, and he
Even now he's
embraces that
loved.
Yeah.
chant.
Yeah.
he
It's a
gets him to
shit.
do
Even he
shit.
can't move his neck
What
anymore.
about you?
But
I really like John Cena still.
so I mean, The Rock is one of mine, right? Randy Savage, Ric Flair,
That's got to be one of the guys.
and
right
then
there.
I would probably say if I got to round out a 4th, It's tough. I don't
Fourth or
know.
fifth.
Hey, this is not the 6-man Gabino Grimes. All right?
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
3.
Yeah, he
This
said
is
3.
my goddamn
so there you go. There you go.
podcast.
Sorry, he did 4. That's what I thought.
I was gonna do 5, but you cut me off.
So yeah.
My man Andre's got to be in.
I love Andre.
Okay, you're
Andre's-
top
I love
3.
him in
Dude,
Princess
how
Bride.
in the fuck none of you guys have said Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No, I love Stone
Bro,
Cold.
I
He
love
would be
Stone
top
Cold. He's
5.
gonna be
You're
my
like
5.
rocking his fucking
I was gonna
haircut.
say 5,
I
but
was
he cut
Stone
me
Cold
off.
for Halloween.
I was gonna
So it's not
say
last year.
Stone Cold
You
and
got the head.
my
You got
six
the head.
and my 6 man coming off the bench. I love John Cena. I just liked him because I saw his whole career. But that's me.
No, I love Stone Cold. But you wouldn't give me 5. Those are my 3.
You got 3 wrestlers too?
Of course.
Oh, well, let me see. What you got?
Stone Cold's got to be my main man.
Yeah.
He's like Rey Mysterio.
It's gonna be my main man.
That's my guy.
Trish. No, I'm just kidding.
Trish
And
Stratus.
Sable. No, I'm
Yeah.
yeah. How about women? Anyway, we'll go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm making it an hour.
It's unfortunate I didn't mention any.
So Stone Cold. I like Triple H.
Well, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
John Cena.
There you
go.
go. Wrong with the game. Yeah.
B?
What about you?
Rock. Ric Flair
Love Rick.
and Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, we're right there.
And I told you, Will, we're like best friends.
Yeah, we are.
Who's your favorite girl?
wrestling,
Everything.
we're gonna do
Of the
karate.
wrestlers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
No.
tough.
Let's not talk about
All time?
Let's not talk about cute bitches. Let's talk about
The
Ones
girls
that
that
can
can
go.
go.
bitches. Yeah.
The ones that
I
can go.
love Sasha
Oh,
Banks
By the way, I don't know
I do
why
too.
I call
Sasha
them bitches.
Banks.
Sasha
I would like to say
Banks.
she.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say the B word.
Yeah, because I would say
He
like,
didn't mean to.
like beautiful.
I
I,
didn't
was,
say it.
I was a sucker, obviously, for Trish and Stable.
Yeah.
Stable.
Stable.
Stacy Keebler.
Oh, yeah.
Stable. I was mixing them both up for a minute.
You were
Stable.
marked- you
Stable.
were marked for both of them.
Yeah.
And that's how crazy I was for both of them. But yeah, that can go like Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks is the
There's a
shit.
girl. Did you ever see Beth Phoenix?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
could really go for
Yeah.
a while. Like she was good. Ivory. She
Yeah.
could really wrestle.
Yeah.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline
You
could
see, you're
go.
talking
They
to
would
girls
go
that I
for it.
know.
See, those
Charlotte
are
can go.
Lita. Obviously, she
Yeah,
goes.
the-
I like
Lita-
Charlotte.
Lita's number one for me, dude.
She can remember China. All right,
Yeah.
you know.
The ones who do it now, they can all go.
Bailey,
really?
Yeah.
Charlotte, Becky,
Dude, and Sasha.
Sasha.
Dude, what's that girl that gets me all hard in my Netherlands?
China.
Tori Wilson.
China.
No.
Oh, Tori
Now.
Wilson. Yeah. she
Oh,
was dope.
now.
Mandy.
Mandy Rose.
Oh,
Dude,
Oh,
that
calm down.
fucking
Yeah, but that's-
woman.
and I started following her the other day
She's
just
not a
because I
worker.
seen some
Oh,
pics.
she's like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
okay.
fuck
Mandy
it.
Rose is not a
Delicious.
worker.
No, she's
She's the one who slipped coming down
She's
the.
not getting the Intercontinental Championship.
Nah.
She
When
is
she came down to
who
Mania,
gives
she
a
slipped, right?
fuck? She's delicious. Who's your favorite housewife of Salt Lake City?
Lisa.
I don't
Via
know
Tequila.
I've never even
You
watched any
fucking
of them.
sell out.
I was actually going to ask you 2 questions here.
No, but that's the real shit, though.
Because they asked us that on the show. So your favorite WrestleMania moment or match, whatever it might be, and then your
See what you
favorite.
just did?
Yeah,
You just took over your shit.
Yeah, my bad. That's what
See,
I
when
did.
you say
I don't
talk
know,
too
half
much,
hour.
that's where it is.
And your favorite match that
episode's gonna be
you
downloaded
watched on
twice.
TV. So like it was on Raw, SmackDown. Because for me it was big. For a while I didn't have cable, so whatever was on SmackDown had to be it. Because that was local TV. So what was your favorite WrestleMania and your favorite like match that you
So-
just watched
so-
on TV one day, no pay per
And I don't know
view?
if you read my mind, but probably both of those have to do with Andre the Giant.
Dang.
Andre Hogan.
Saturday night main event.
Hogan body slamming.
Yeah,
Andre the
WrestleMania
Giant,
3,
WrestleMania
Mania 3. Yeah, it's
And the Saturday
classic.
night main event
where Andre won it.
where he won it and gave it to Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, when they had the referee, the brother of Hefner.
Earl,
Dude, John Cena did the same thing in the Big Show.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite? Let's say either WrestleMania moment or one that you saw on TV that was just on regular TV.
But to me, it goes back to Stone Cold when he lost against The Rock when he retired.
Oh, that was a good one.
Ooh.
That was good. Did you see those documentaries on
Yeah,
A&E?
A&E,
Great.
that was dope. I saw
Fucking
that.
great.
That was
All of them.
awesome.
Yeah.
I got Savage to watch and somebody else.
Did you watch Piper?
I watched
I
Piper.
still gotta see Piper.
How
just-
crazy was the shit with Piper when he's in California and he plays La Cucaracha when he says he's going to play the Mexican national anthem when he's going against the Guerreros?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
talk
did
about
that right
heat.
now.
Yeah. Well, how he said he got stabbed.
Yeah.
And that's why he started wearing that jacket because it was like, what do you call it, Kevlar or whatever? Couldn't
Yeah.
stab through it. Fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Those old days, man.
Well, the whole thing of how Stone Cold became Stone Cold because of Triple H fucked up.
yeah.
Like the whole thing
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Like that gave him the
Curtain
window
call.
to go
I
through.
watched Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
He's all,
God damn.
I like wrestling. I like wrestling. You just gotta go there.
Mr.
And we would just get cocaine, you know?
Yeah.
That shit's getting worse and worse right now.
Cocaine, we'll get high every day.
I wish we could zoom in on your face while you did
that was so epic, man.
Yeah.
Yo, his thing is getting worse.
It's
like,
bad.
Before we go, we do this to every fucking person that goes to this place.
Yeah.
Seabass, who is your man crush? Because the Beehive is all about finding the gay in all of us.
And don't say The Rock, because that's
So
who
who
everyone
is-
says.
oh damn.
Yeah, you got to find someone.
Dude, I don't care if you say The Rock. Dude, him, Dre. There's a like.
I like LL Cool J too.
That's a good one.
Cool J.
Well, don't be a whore. Just be one.
Just one man
you know,
crush.
I'm
Cool,
small.
cool dude.
Hey, you
I'm
know
like,
what?
I mean, like, you got money. Holla at me.
I'm just gonna take man crush as a cool dude that I look
No,
up to.
no.
No, the one
someone
that
you
would-
blow.
Yeah, you love. If you had a friend to spend the rest of your life
May
with.
or
And,
may not put his penis in or around your mouth.
I was like, oh, this type of show. Now I was like,
He's all
oh,
Will Wonder.
it's my boss. Correspondent life.
I do it figuratively every week, so whatever.
Gotta go. I was like, now that you gave that definition, you gotta go The Rock. I'm like,
All right.
Rock, John Cena, one of the two. I just like John Cena too. He's a cool dude.
I tried to.
Avoid these.
No, I don't. I knew this question was
Yeah, I
coming.
don't like John Cena with
Oh, there we go. That's how you get into it.
John Cena
Barack Obama.
shirtless. You mean every fucking?
Every picture of him.
You mean every?
There it is.
Dude, I don't like him with hair.
Yeah, I
When
do
he
not
started to
like
grow
his
it
new
out,
haircut. I
like-
like him with that
Buzz
medium
cut.
fade
Yeah.
with the-
When
It's a big old dude.
we went to remember
like-
you and I
like
went
your
to
height.
another wrestling
Yeah.
when he
That's
was doing
fucking
this
crazy.
thing. He was still
Oh.
doing this. He was like
Thugonomics.
Yeah,
Thugonomics.
thugonomics.
Word
He was like
life.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Yo, you know he was a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to get into.
How do you get that vein?
He is
I try.
relentless workout.
Yeah.
Like,
Will Wonder, podcaster, father,
Yeah.
husband. Who's your man crush?
Who would you fuck? No. So I try to think about this because I've watched a show where you're like, God, everyone says The Rock. So
Well,
I try
mean,
to.
it's just up to you.
No, I
You're the
can't.
one who's gonna blow him, not
I
me.
can't. Yeah, well, yeah.
Not doing that.
I'm a Brad Pitt guy.
So I try to think. I try to think a little bit.
George Clooney.
I was going
You
back.
came prepared. Huh?
I was going
You
well
can't
because I
remember
knew
the-
this
you
was
can't
coming.
remember your
I
gayness.
told you I watch your shows, and so I know, and so like I go back and forth. But I think I ended up on Mark Wahlberg,
Yo, that's a good one.
so
not
Right
Funky
now-
Bunch, not Marky
not
Mark and the
Funky
Funky Bunch,
Bunch,
because he was
Mark.
kind of a dick back then. Now he seems like he's a cool hang.
He seems like he's a
You know what I
dope
mean?
dude.
Like
dude, I saw a video with him and who the fuck was it? A music video. It had him and God damn it, I can't even think of the name. Had him and George Lopez
oh
and P Diddy in it.
Dang.
oh yeah. I mean
you know he's gaining weight for a role.
yeah.
He's
That's
going.
the thing about him is he turns it on and off. You know what I mean?
I know this motherfucker wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
4
I've seen
a.m.
that, yeah.
I read the whole thing. He's like,
Joyner Lucas. The
oh,
Joyner Lucas song.
okay.
Thing with Mark
That's his
Wahlberg.
wife. She hot? That's not his wife.
Look at that.
Right there in the same.
Is that his wife?
I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah.
That looks
That
like,
looks like Lana.
yeah, that's what I was
It
thinking.
does.
It looks like Lana.
The thing about the thing about Wahlberg, and I'm
So
sure
you're not into this Mark Wahlberg.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, if I think about a man crush,
Mark Wahlberg.
he was probably a dickhead at that time, right? Because he was like, he was coming out of like being poor and just out here just smashing all kinds of things that are walking around. Now he's a family man. He's pretty funny. Like you said, he wakes up at 4 a.m., gets his work in. He just seems like a better person now. You know what I mean? And there was that whole like bad shit that he had went through as a younger
Incident,
person.
yep, yep.
Yeah, the whole incident. We won't bring it up. Boogie Nights, Mark Wahlberg.
You're more of a Boogie Nights.
When he pulls it out at the end of the film, and you're like,
Dirk
gee,
Diggler.
Dirk Diggler.
thing about Wahlberg
My
is
screen name at one point was Doug Diggler, but no one believed it.
Look at that one with the tidy whities right here.
okay.
Yeah.
If you like Mark Wahlberg, imagine I was like, if you love him so much, no.
You jealous?
What? Yeah, like
I was gonna pick him.
because there's a. He's one of the actors, at least that I know him. There's probably plenty, but that could actually do funny and serious, and that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
he's actually
Departed,
he's actually my top
Ted.
5 actors.
Yeah, sure.
But we didn't talk about that. So
And then he does the other guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Big cock, I just want five.
What's your
It's so funny.
What's your favorite movie that Mark Wahlberg's done?
Departed's my favorite, one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh, okay, so that's
I love Departed, But like funny movie, I do love The Other Guys. You know the scene where they
Ted,
jump
I
off of
do.
the building.
The Other Guys on DVD. That's
Oh
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. They jumped off the building. I went and saw the midnight showing. So like people are tired and shit. They jump off the building and then they splat. I was the only one in the whole theater that laughed, and I was fucking rolling. And everyone was like, "I'm like, is this not funny to
That's
anybody?"
Shut up, boy.
The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson
Jumped off the yeah.
building.
They're like, "Head for the bushes," and they hit the sidewalk. Yeah, yeah. Shit's
Oh
classic.
man,
That is an unsung.
Underrated because it came out
Underrated.
when there was a lot of other shit that was
Great
out.
movie.
Yeah.
Fuck The Rock. Anyway, where can people find you guys? Where can people find the podcast?
Yeah,
and
so Instagram at the Will Wonder Pod, the podcast itself, wherever you stream your podcast, Apple, Spotify, whatever you listen to it on. Myself, Twitter at DJ Will Wonder. Yeah.
you can find me Instagram vibe with Seabass SEBAS, and I'll redirect you to the Will Wonder Pod. That's what I always say. I'll just redirect you if you're lost. There, I'll
has
send
it
you
all
here
set-
now, the other side of the Beehive. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
He has it all set up to just redirect.
Yeah, just
Type it in,
redirect
Yeah, it
goes
just goes
right
to the other website.
I'm just a landing page to take you over there.
Hey, where can people find you?
You
can
good?
Find me in the club.
He's gone.
Bottle full of bub.
Oh,
okay.
shit. That's how excited I got. I kicked the table.
DJ Bad Boy Brian, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever.
Ooh.
Holla at me, ladies.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, we could have done it all now.
We could have
Oh,
You can find the other side of the Beehive on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook at Ange Cervera on Instagram and Angel Cervera on Facebook. And you can follow my homeboy that's not here, Justin Simmons, on Facebook if you would like. There's not a lot of action there, I'll be honest with you. He will tell you that too. Or J_Sims68
Sims, yeah.
on Instagram. And follow us on OnlyFans.
Perfect.
Anything
Yeah.
else, fellas?
Well, we're going to do the wrestling podcast now the next hour and a half, right?
Yeah, but
You
I don't
gotta-
have to be here for that.
Yeah,
Perfect,
You
okay,
gotta
yeah,
leave, Angel.
Until next time, take care of yourselves out there. And we will see you. You guys ready?
On the other.
You guys gotta say peace. On the other side of the Beehive.
Peace.